Hello and welcome back, listeners, to another episode of our podcast. Is it going to be a good podcast today?
My dick hurts.
It's
It's Brian and
Steve, and we are back with another episode of our Adventures in Batman with the Heavy Crow movie show.
yeah, and today we're talking about the 2008 movie, aka remake of Heat, known as The Dark Knight.
I don't think it's a remake of Heat.
I'm joking. That
yeah.
was one of the jokes around it, was that it was a remake of Heat, effectively. But no, it's totally different from Heat. But no, we're talking about Christopher Nolan's 2008 Dark Knight.
Yeah. It is Christopher Nolan directing once again. Pretty much everyone is returning in this one except for the actress for Rachel.
Oh, shit. Katie Holmes.
Katie Holmes.
Yeah, because she was doing I think she was doing things with Tom Cruise at the time, and there was all kinds of rumors. Like, it was Tom Cruise who didn't want her to do it, and there was also some movie where she, robs a bank or some shit.
Yeah, she was in something not
around the time.
Yeah. So, reprising for her in her stead is Maggie Gyllenhaal,
Who I think does a better job.
I think, yeah, she had more to work with here in this one. Michael Caine is still being the greatest butler of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Christian Bale as Batman, and the late Heath Ledger as the Joker.
Yes. So, as always, I'm going to start with reading the synopsis. Okay, so this is the synopsis. With the help of allies, Lieutenant Jim Gordon, played by Gary Oldman, and D.A. Harvey Dent, Aaron Eckhart, Batman, Christian Bale, has been able to keep a tight lid on crime in Gotham City. But when a vile young criminal calling himself the Joker, played by Heath Ledger, suddenly throws the town into chaos, the Caped Crusader begins to tread a fine line between heroism and vigilantism.
Yeah, that's pretty much a good synopsis of it.
Yeah, it breaks down the core aspects of it pretty well.
So I guess where you want to start, just right out of the gate with the movie, or?
Well, let's talk about this a little bit.
Sure.
In our expose. So this is the second of three
Of the Dark Knight trilogy.
Dark Knight trilogies. This came out in 2008.
July 18th, 2008. I remember I was super hyped for this movie.
Yes. So this coincidentally came out very close to another superhero movie.
Iron Man?
Yes, Iron Man. The Let's Try Something Marvel movie.
Yeah. Let's give Iron Man, who... I mean, it was almost... We'll talk about that whenever we dive into the MCU, when we're rich and successful.
So, Iron Man comes out and competes directly with this one. And
Did they come out at the same time?
No, not directly. It's the...
It was a few months.
Like a month or two in between each of them.
So I don't remember Iron Man coming out.
They were both like spring and summer.
I think Dark Knight overshadowed it, and there's a big reason why. I guess the elephant in the room with the Dark Knight is Heath Ledger.
Yeah, Heath Ledger's passing away really overshadowed. But I still remember watching Iron Man, and you know what? I actually remember it had to been the summer because the power went out a bunch of times in the theater, and I still enjoyed watching it.
Yeah,
it was still great. So now we have this era of direct competition between Marvel and DC, which we had not seen before, because nobody thought Iron Man was going to be this successful.
Yeah,
it stars Robert Downey Jr., who at this point is seen as a washed-up, failed drug addict. You know,
I think his only other movie at the time was Zodiac.
Yeah, that was his most popular film that he had been in of any recent note to anybody. I mean, he'd been in other stuff. He played a coke addict mailroom clerk in Hail Caesar.
That was after.
No. This was back in way back in the day when he was young. When he was little Robert Downey Jr.
Robert.
Young 20-something.
Oh, back when he was full of...
Yeah, not to confuse with the more recent film, Hail Caesar.
Okay, that's where I got confused.
Yeah, the 80s Hail Caesar.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So what are you talking about? A movie came out.
Yeah, no, I bring that up because like he's in that, and he's pretending to be on coke.
You can tell he's actually on coke.
I'm pretty sure he was actually on coke because he got that teeth lip thing that coke addicts do down patent perfect in that scene. So now we have a direct competition between DC and Marvel, because this is actually like Fox isn't running the Iron Man, right?
No, it was Disney.
It was actually Marvel produced. I think Disney bought whoever it was.
No, Marvel had its own studio, and then Disney bought it.
Yes.
Right after Iron Man.
Yeah. So, and then this kind of was this secret gateway that DC had no idea about opening up a Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Cinematic universes weren't new. I mean, like, they had been done mainly with horror in the 40s with Dracula and Wolfman.
Yeah, which
Dracula meets Frankenstein.
Which I think Universal tried to reboot very unsuccessfully recently.
I want to go into that one.
They completely killed that.
Woo! That was a bad move.
Yeah.
But so we'll get into that with Rises and how that affected, I think, the production of the Dark Knight Rises.
This is like the seed. So you'll further understand in the next episode what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So 2008, this wins, or it at least gets nominated for a bunch of Best Pictures.
It was never nominated for Best Picture, not for the Oscar.
Well, it's a bunch of BAFTAs, a bunch of Emmys.
Yeah. Heath Ledger won. Now Heath Ledger was
he won.
Yeah, so
he won Best Actor.
Can I tell you how everyone reacted when he was first announced as the Joker? Because I remember
they thought, "What the fuck."
Yeah, so this is almost kind of a running gag with Batman casting at this point. Everyone's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And then it's like, "Oh my god, it's so great!" Michael Keaton, recently Robert Pattinson as Batman. Everyone was like, "The dude from fucking Twilight," and then he's fucking blown it out of the water.
Yeah. We should mention that we just saw the new Batman film yesterday.
Yeah, and it was amazing. We'll talk about that in the next couple episodes.
Yes.
But like Heath Ledger, like everyone was just like, "What the fuck? You got a pretty boy playing the Joker?"
Yeah.
And then there was an image that was released.
Mm-hmm.
It was a black. It's just his face, but like you don't see his hair. It's just like the white part of his face with the eyes and the red lips, and everyone. And he's like kind of looking down at the screen, like, ugh. And everyone was just like, "Oh, he's got scars and shit. Oh no, he looks actually scary."
Yeah.
And that was when everyone started kind of shutting up a little bit about Heath Ledger as the Joker. Everyone was just like, no fucking way. And then there was a teaser trailer that came out of the Bat logo being destroyed, and you hear the Joker voice and laugh. And then we got the news that Heath Ledger passed away.
Yeah.
And when he passed away, everyone thought it was related to the Joker role. And it wasn't. His family came out and said, no, it had nothing to do with his role. He had problems for a long time.
Everyone assumed that he got so into the character.
I mean, he did get really into the character.
That it killed him. Which, I mean, this has always been a rumor for people like, oh, they got so into the role that they had nightmares or they had drinking problems. It's like, no, they already had those problems. It's just...
Nothing happened with Nicholson or Cesar Romero.
Well, that's because this is an era now where... Oh, we'll talk about this. You don't get big names to have a big name. You get someone who can do...
The role.
Who can go into being a character, not just yucking it up on screen.
Like Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face.
Like those, they were like told to be a comedy. Mm-hmm. This is not in any way a comedy. This is darker. This is grittier. This is more grounded. Yeah,
the tone is definitely realistic, and especially with a lot of what they do, like going into organized crime and all this.
Yeah, this is an era that changes our common perception of
superhero movies,
what a character can be. Now, of course, around the same time, we'll get the first Arkham video game.
Yeah, that came out like a year or two later.
Yes, 2009, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which we played forever ago.
Yeah.
I think that was our first episode.
Yeah,
we
that
just
was
yeeted motherfuckers into oblivion.
Yep, that was our first. If you go way back to like the first 15 videos on the channel, yeah, that's what we're starting with. That'll still be a fairly classic Batman the Animated Series-esque Joker.
Right.
But this is a completely different one. This is like, what if Joker was actually a real person?
I've once heard described as, what if the Joker was a serial killer?
Yes. Which,
and
I mean,
he is in the movie, but he's also more of a terrorist. And there's a lot of themes with terrorism and not so much mental illness with him in this one.
This, I would have to imagine this one. So the first one was all about this one. The first one was basically just all about inner city politics. About how like crime and corruption happens because we let it happen because we don't go after
the right people.
Like, we don't go after the rich. All three of these movies are the rich are why we have crime.
Pretty much. And the irony is that the protagonist is a rich man.
If I were to guess, I would say that this probably has some criticism against the Iraq War. I can see.
Yeah, I mean, it was very heavily implied that Heath Ledger's Joker was some sort of soldier or something in the war. Because he mentions like a truckload of soldiers get blown up and nobody panics.
Yes. So with that, it's heavily implied that he was like probably
a soldier of some sort.
Like
Spec Ops.
Spec Ops. He doesn't seem to be a heavy-handed fighter.
Oh, hell no. He kind of runs away.
So it seems like he was more of a
sniper?
More like a specialist for like bombs and intelligence and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to get a grip because he's not really.
Or he could be just some asshole who read all of his shit on the internet.
Yeah, it's really hard. Like, that's the beauty of this character. It's really hard to get a feel for like his past at all. Yeah.
And with Batman, he has no clue how to deal with this. Because the last villains, they were easy. Scarecrow was just an asshole with fear gas, and Ra's al Ghul was someone he knew.
Yeah, it was just like, basically like a dude with some like chemicals and some ninjas. Stuff
that's an easy Tuesday.
Stuff that he was equipped to deal with.
Whereas with the Joker, this is on a whole other cerebral level.
Yeah, so let's get into the movie.
The plot thickens.
So, the plot. So this movie starts off with
a bank robbery.
Yes. This movie starts off with quite the bang. Literally, it starts off with it starts off like a heist movie. You got these guys in clown masks, all right?
Mm-hmm.
They smash a window. They grapple onto like a roof.
All this in broad daylight.
Like it's all broad daylight, like the movie Heist, you know?
Yeah.
Or Heat, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and then
Money Plane.
We get this, yes, like Money Plane, your favorite movie, yes.
Money Plane.
All right, we'll review Money Plane at some point. Okay, fine. So we get this one shot that it's a great motif, and it's subtle, but it really gets you into the movie. You see the back of some guys, like you see some guy's back, like full body.
Oh yeah,
guy standing there
clown
at a corner. He's holding a clown mask, and we kind of just zoom in on him in such a way that as he's moving, that it's like, oh, it's like we've been snapped onto a game character and we're following the game character now.
Yeah, it was actually kind of smart.
And from that we go through this whole bank heist, where
they all shoot each other.
Yes.
After they're done with their task.
Like they're explaining they're all talking about like who hired them, the Joker. They're going like, it's some dude with clown makeup. It's fucking weird.
He thinks he can sit down and still take a slice. Yeah, now I know why they call him the Joker.
Yeah. They're all thinking that like it's just some crazy idiot that they're doing this game for, and that like he's not the mastermind.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he has it all set up where they're all gonna die, and he's gonna get away scot-free.
Yes, he told each individual person, kill your partner once they're done with their task.
Yep.
And then we get a great William Fichtner who is just phenomenal in everything. Ken Rosenberg himself.
Yep.
If you played our Vice City, if you watched our old Vice City LP.
Yeah.
He is a bank teller for the mafia, and he pulls out a fucking 12 gauge.
Yeah. It looks like it's a sawed off. So he's got the sawed off, and he's just blam, blam.
Picked the wrong bank to rob today.
It's like, do you know whose money this is?
And you kind of get the sense of how the Joker reacts. He's like, I was not fucking playing that. Oh shit! No.
Like he almost gets
got.
Yeah, he's like, oh wow. So
I ain't playing that one out. Fichtner gets dealt with.
Like this is like this movie like instantly starts with like action. Which I think it's a follow-up to the criticism that the last one was kind of too slow.
Yeah, it was. The last one was start off as almost kind of like, yeah, okay, I get it. His parents are going to fucking die. We fucking get it.
Like, yeah. So like it took almost like 40 minutes for him to do anything like crime related or whatever.
Yeah, it takes him. I think it's about like 40 minutes in that he becomes Batman.
Yeah, so this one, it's like, okay, let's just start with a bank heist. Boom, high action.
Well, it's also the benefit of, one, everyone's more comfortable now filming it. And
yes.
Two, everyone, he's been Batman for, what, a year or so?
This is like year 2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah, well, they say, like, Batman's been around for, like, at least a year. So it's like year 1, year 2 Batman.
Yeah, this is, like, established Batman. So, Joker's wearing this clown mask. That's actually a nod to the first time we see Joker in the...
It wasn't the first time we see the Joker. It was just one of the episodes that had the Joker in it.
Yeah.
The first time we see the Joker, he was playing baseball at prison.
Ah.
Don't ask... I love your reaction. Just like, oh. Okay.
Well,
from the 60s show.
Reddit lied to me. Yeah. It's from the 60s show.
Of course Reddit lied to you.
So,
Reddit lies about everything.
The scene ends with
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
Yeah, he like pulls this. He's got a grenade in the bank teller's mouth,
and the bank teller was talking shit to him like, what do you believe in and all that, which is it's one of my problems with this movie is the dialogue.
I think the dialogue's really good.
I think it's just too on the nose.
They have to be on the nose because this is a Nolan film that children are supposed to watch. So he's like,
yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Which is weird because, like, the movie we saw is not a kid's movie.
No.
If you're watching this and you haven't seen the Batman yet,
I was actually shocked that the Batman was PG-13.
Like,
I was like, wait, I thought I wanted to see an R-rated movie.
If you are, like, a parent or you have a young relative who loves Batman,
do not
fucking take them to the Batman.
No.
Wait till they're older.
There should be a 15 and up. Minimum.
You can take them to Batman Begins and The Dark Knight and they'll be fine, but like, do not take them to the Batman.
I don't know about that one, but hey, it's yeah. These kids are more jaded nowadays. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
So
it's America.
He ends up killing up all of his henchmen.
Yeah, including the bus driver.
Yeah. And he's like, you suppose he told you to kill me? He's like, no, I killed the bus driver. And he goes, what? The bus smashes through like the bank wall.
And the Joker's just like, holy shit.
And then he kills the the guy who helped him load it in.
Yeah, he's like, where's the rest of the guys? Bam!
Yeah.
Does the I believe, stranger, blah, blah, blah.
Loads up his money and bounces out. The only flaw with this plan is how did those other school buses not snitch after what they saw? That,
and if he's wearing clown makeup,
yep.
How the fuck is he standing on the side of the street corner and no one's noticing him?
Yeah, that is a predicament.
That's a little weird. It was like, I even like in 08 when I saw it, I was like, hey, wait a minute.
But then again, this is Gotham. People don't like. It's like New York. No one cares.
By the way, did you ever notice that there's a Spider-Man 3 poster?
Yes, I've seen the Reddit posts. Yes,
which great eagle eye on that.
Yeah, well, someone recognized the shape.
No, like, get the fuck out of here.
So
Spider-Man 3.
Even because I watched my 4K. My brother bought like the 4K mastered Blu-ray, so I watched those the other day on a brand new high-end TV, and I still could not. It was like a pixel.
I could see it. Like on my TV, I could see it, but it's only because I know it's there.
Yeah.
If you're wondering where it is in the sidewalk scene, look. It's like what, to the Joker's left across the street.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how anyone made that out. So, Gordon, like, comes in a couple hours later. They're investigating this bank heist. And they're like, oh, it's that clown fucker.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
One man or the entire mob. He can wait.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that? You sure a guy who's calling himself the Joker can wait?
Yeah, Batman's like, it's just some clown.
Batman gets cocky.
Yeah, he's a little cocky. He just figures,
well, that and also he dealt with Crane.
Yeah, so
I can't remember. Does Crane come before or after this?
It's the bank and then the parking lot. So he goes. So I want to talk about this next scene, this parking lot scene. All right. Scarecrow shows up and he's selling drugs or fear toxin, I guess.
I guess his fear toxin, or he's like just now a drug dealer, which it pisses me. I mean,
no, he's selling fear toxin and stuff,
which is weird. And why would you sell that?
Because he's trying to make money so he can do bigger crimes later.
I guess. I feel like it's a waste of Cillian Murphy and a waste of Scarecrow. Because Scarecrow got away at the end of Batman Begins.
It's to show the level up, okay? So here, let me run down this scene and explain it, okay? So Scarecrow is doing fear toxin selling in a parking lot, all right?
In New Jersey.
Okay. Yeah, I guess in New Jersey, that's where Gotham is. Yeah. So it shows that he's been lowered down a peg because he's no longer high-level crime.
Right, because of Ra's al Ghul and Falcone, he's like no longer fucking
so he doesn't have the huge connections. But this shows us, that reoccurring characters are happening. This is something new to Batman stuff.
Outside of, like, Alfred and Gordon.
Yeah, like, you don't get, like, a villain return.
No, you really don't. Like, especially because back in the day, every Batman villain died.
Yeah, or they went to prison off screen forever.
Like the Riddler.
Yeah. So, hey, here's the main villain from, like, the last time. And what's this? That's not Batman. That's a dude with a shotgun. Dressed as Batman. What's going on? Batman now has to deal with vigilante likes. The imposters,
which is a callback to The Dark Knight Returns.
Yes,
in that there was a gang in The Dark Knight Returns called the Sons of Batman, where they weren't dressing up as Batman; they were Batman themed, but they were using like his name in vain.
Yes, he's getting copycats.
And he's just like, the fuck you doing?
So he quickly comes in, gets his ass beat by some dogs.
Right? He doesn't want to hit dogs. He's like, good boys.
No, he's getting his ass beat by some dogs. Gets hit by a truck. But saves the moron in hockey pads from getting killed. And stops Crane by just utterly using his weight to crush the getaway van.
Like it's Hell in a Cell 98.
Yeah, beats all the thugs up. So he's got them all tied up. And the fake Batman's like, what makes you so different? Why can't I be like you? I'm like, you taught us not to be afraid anymore.
Basically,
and he's like, I'm in a $40 billion suit and you're in hockey pads. We're not
like,
the
get
same.
Get the fuck out of here.
Like, bro, we're not the same.
Again, though, this is a cocky Batman. This is a Batman who thinks he's got this shit figured out.
He thinks he's got everything figured out. We know that villains can return. And now he has to deal with that. This symbol that he's created for the city has caused a problem if that other people are trying to be like him.
That and escalation, like what Gordon was talking about.
Yeah.
In the end of the last movie.
Like these guys, he's not only going to deal with people misconstruing his message, but others going, okay, there's a guy in a bat suit, so now I go from handguns to machine guns.
Yeah.
So, you know, a city like this would totally make fake Batmans, you know?
Yeah, there would be hell, look at like Phoenix Jones.
Yeah.
He was basically a fake Batman.
Didn't he become like a drug dealer or something?
Yeah, he became a drug kingpin.
Oh, that sucks. That's sad.
He was also nuts.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, he spent a lot of money on that suit too. That was not a cheap suit.
I'll show you later, but there's a guy I follow. He's a comic book reviewer. And he was one of the people hanging out with Phoenix Jones. And he's like, yeah, Phoenix is out of his damn mind.
Yeah, I bet, yeah. So, we show Batman in a parking lot at night stopping crime his way. The next day, we see Harvey Dent in a courtroom. where this is an homage to
his origin.
His
usually like year one, not year one. Year
one.
The Long Halloween.
Yeah, the Long Halloween, which is an inspiration for
a lot of this movie.
Yeah. In that series, Harvey's got a guy, Maroney. He's got Maroney in court, and he's got his ass pegged good.
So it was basically after Maroney got the guilty verdict, and he's like, "Hey, Dent," and threw acid at his face, and it burned him.
Yeah, and that's how he became Two-Face. In this scene, though, he's got one of Maroney's thugs, and he's got Maroney there too. And he's like,
played by Eric Roberts.
Yeah, wastefully played by Eric Roberts. Really.
Yeah, it's like Eric's just there, and he's great casting. But
I think they were having other stuff for him, and then other things happened, and they just kind of cut
yeah, I know, but it's so perfect casting. For
think he just wanted to be there.
Say, hey man, I'm just having fun. You have me do whatever. I'm
so. Game. The guy he's got on there is yanking his chain, saying, "I'm the kingpin." Maroney's just like some dumb schmuck. I got
right. He's cross-examining him, and he's trying to make Dent look like an idiot.
Yeah. So then he whips out a gun on him, and it jams, and he's like, "You bought fake Chinese garbage gun?
Buy American,
like buy American, you dumb fuck! If you're gonna kill me."
Yeah, right. He's more offended that
and he beats the crap out of this dude.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of cool because. You know, Harvey has done stuff like that in the comics before where he had some type of, he never went to, like, military training, but he knows how to defend himself. Yeah,
he has defensive skills. He was able to take the gun off of him, unload it.
Take it apart,
which I've done this before. Yeah. And it takes skill because that stuff, I mean, a prop gun can just, and you're done. But a real gun, it takes...
Well, it wasn't a real gun. It was like a plastic gun.
Yes. So these two scenes together are great. They show how justice is served in the day versus the night.
Right. Who owns the night? Who owns the day?
Yeah.
The dark night and the white night.
So then we have... We're skipping ahead.
We do establish that Rachel's banging Harvey.
Yeah. We establish that they have like this dinner scene where Bruce and Harvey meet.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, this Batman guy, he's great." And then, like, some of them like, "Nah, he's a fucking idiot."
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yeah, you know. They're like, "What if the great Harvey Dent's Batman? He could be Batman." And like,
Bruce is like, "Shut the fuck up."
And we're showing the parallels, right?
Yeah.
Where one's the protector at night, the dark night, and one's the white night.
And neither one of them know who, like, well, Harvey has no fucking clue that Bruce is Batman.
And Batman is really like, I want Harvey to be the face of Gotham.
Yeah.
He's like, he after seeing that copycat and all that, he's like, I have to do what I have to do, but these people need a real hero. They need someone that they can look up to and go, the system works.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, commentary on the fact that the system is actually deeply, deeply broken.
And then we get to what? Joker's mafia scene?
Yes. So now we have a broad daylight
meeting.
It's like in like some kitchen somewhere.
It looks like it's in like a back room of like probably one of the gangsters' restaurants, and they're all like talking to because when the bank robbery happened, they took specific bills. The Joker took specific bills. They knew which ones were marked and which ones were dummy bills made by the GCPD because it was a mob bank. And so the mob has a guy named Lau who is their accountant. He's a money man. He's a money guy. And he's literally on a plane. I'm not going to make a money plane joke. I swear to God, I won't. I'm going to stop.
Okay, put the knife down.
Okay, put the knife down. Don't hurt me. It took a lot of restraint, just so you know.
Yeah.
Where Lau's like, I'm getting the fuck out of town. I don't know what's happening. I have the money with me. Your all accounts are safe and all that, blah, blah, blah. And he's talking to him on TV.
Yeah.
And
like ye old Skype before, like Skype was around at this point.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how the setup works, but anyway. And then Joker's just coming in laughing. He's mocking him. He's like, ooh, ooh, ee, ah, ah, ha. And I thought my jokes were bad. And then we get Michael J. fucking White. And
I didn't believe you.
It is.
In my brain, I thought that was like 50 Cent doing a cameo.
Well, that would actually be kind of dope.
I just Mandela affected myself. I'm like, yeah, it was 50 Cent doing like a cameo.
Yeah.
Right? And like,
no, it's Michael Jai White.
It's Michael Jai White.
And he's like, give me one reason why I shouldn't have my boy here pull your head off. How about a magic trick?
Yeah. So we get this iconic scene of, how about a little magic trick?
No, it's the way he says it is like this. How about a magic trick? I'm going to make this pencil disappear. Like, he's like talking to him at like a kid's birthday party.
Yeah.
And the way this scene always bugged me though, because the way he puts the pencil onto the table, the pencil is the lead side down.
Yep.
So it's not a pencil. It's like clearly an ice pick or something disguised as a pencil, because otherwise he has the sharpest pencil on the fucking planet.
No. So what he did was he put...
It wasn't eraser side up. If you look carefully, it's not eraser side up.
It's not?
No. He put it tip side down.
Writing side down?
Yeah, writing side down.
So he puts the flat, unsharpened pencil down.
No, it wasn't. It was sharpened, but he put it. It was either sharpened or unsharpened.
No, it was an unsharpened pencil, and he put it down.
And eraser side was up.
Yeah, and I mean the pencil was completely fake.
Duh. It was probably like an ice pick or some shit.
No, I mean it was a prop.
Oh,
it's like, yeah. So he takes this guy and he shoves the guy's head down.
Ta-da!
He goes right up the guy's nose and dead. You know?
I thought it hit him in the eye.
Pretty sure it was right up the nose.
Okay, that makes way more sense than what I thought for years.
Yeah.
He goes, ta-da! Now it's gone.
Yeah.
And he sits there. He's basically telling him shit like, all right, let's wind the clocks back a year. You guys were all hot shit.
Yep.
Until the Batman showed up.
Now you're all cowards.
He's like, you're having your group therapy sessions in broad daylight.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's great acting from Heath Ledger because he's clearly in control of the whole scene. And the Joker, you get the sense that the Joker he's telling the truth. He's telling them what they don't want to hear.
Yeah, like, you guys are scared. You're out here in the broad daylight doing this. Because you're afraid to do it at night. Yeah, you're terrified of the nighttime.
And
it's like, look, you have this guy on the TV. I know cowards. And I know the second this dude gets him,
he's gonna squeal.
So go
the little man on the TV.
It's like they can't get to him. He's like, Batman can go wherever the fuck Batman pleases.
He's like, don't you? He's like, what the fuck makes you think
he runs around in a $40 billion tank?
Like,
I'm sure he has a plane.
Joker's like, are you serious with this right now?
I'm sure he can get into Hong Kong.
Yeah, he's like, dude, he flies around this city. I'm sure he could somehow get to you.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. None of them did. None of them thought about that. Like, oh shit.
No, of course not, because they're idiots.
Yeah, and the Joker's like, you serious right now?
So the Michael Jai White character, is that like an established villain of some sort?
Yeah, he's just like a mob guy. Gamble.
Is that like a recurring character? Is he like...
He wasn't... He's there, like, kind of like how Rupert Thorne is there.
Okay, so he's just there. He's just like one of like the low tier schmucks.
Right. Batman. It's just like, it's for guys like me, like, Gamble, that's cool. I think. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Gamble was around like in the 80s with like Black Mass and shit.
So he's just one of those other
mob guys.
I gotta deal with this asshole.
I gotta deal with this idiot in a bat suit. Joker basically says to them, it's simple. We kill the Batman. Well, if it's so simple, why haven't you done it?
Yeah.
And it's never, if you're good at something, you never do it for free.
Yeah. So the thing is, like, he kills this guy and he gives this speech. Not one person flinched that the guy died, but everyone's like, okay, well, I'm going to kill you. And then he pulls out, it's like, hold on now.
I have a shit ton of grenades. I ain't afraid to die, motherfucker.
Because he's like, basically, I want all your territory.
Yeah. Like I want control.
Yeah.
Like, and they basically laugh at him and call him a freak.
Yeah. He's like, well, how about this? How about I blow us all up right now? He goes, oh shit, this guy's crazy.
He's like, when you guys start taking things a little bit more seriously, here's my card. And it was a Joker card.
Was it just a plain?
Yes, it was just a regular old Joker playing card.
In my brain, he had like actual,
a business card.
Yeah, like in my brain, he had
Mr. Like Joker 1-800 ha ha ha.
Yeah, like I was like, oh, okay.
Could you imagine? Like he's like, yeah, this is actually my business card. I got these made up at Staples.
I mean, honestly, like
he went to Staples and had.
I'm sure he's had like actual business cards before. Like,
no, well, I mean, I don't know. Like, it's usually just like a Joker card.
He just writes shit on like a
with like crayon. He's like, wait a minute.
He's gotta steal so many bicycle cards and just get like the 4 Jokers that are in the deck.
He's like, all right, hold on, no.
Gotta throw all the other ones out to
that like
that other like card themed villains. You and the family.
Who
yeah,
were in Batman Beyond. What the fuck are they called?
I don't care.
Ace of Spades or some shit?
Yeah, something like that, probably. I don't
I
know.
no, the Royal Flush Gang. That's it.
So, Lau runs off to China.
We get a new Batsuit.
Yeah, we get a new Batsuit because he's like, well,
you want to turn your head.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta be able to move my neck now.
Which is weird because, like, why didn't you think of that the first time?
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. He's making this shit up for a while. It's kind of hard to predict what you're gonna need when you're dressing up as a Batman to fight people with karate.
Oh, right? I don't know. Turning your head's gonna be pretty fucking important.
Is it? So,
no more Michael Keaton turn.
Lau flies off to China, and
Bruce sets up.
Bruce goes, well, I need to go get him because he's the one with all the money, and that's how I'm going to stop all these mob guys, right?
Yeah, cut him off.
Because that's his main goal. He's worried about the mob more than this clown.
Which bites him in the ass hard.
Yeah, it's gonna bite him in the ass. So I love how in these scenes,
we also had a scene with Batman, Gordon, and Dent on a rooftop talking, and they go over the Lau plan and all that.
Like, yeah, it's like I'm gonna bring his ass back here,
and you're gonna prosecute him.
And you're gonna prosecute him, and that's how we're gonna get to, like, because he wants to clean up Gotham once and for all. He feels that. They all feel like if they can get all these mobsters off the street forever, Gotham will finally be clean. And that's the main goal.
Which also bites him in the ass in the next movie.
Yeah. We'll get to that. So,
we will.
This is a Batman who figures he's got everything under control. He's going to finally win. He's going to finally be able to retire. And he's only need to be Batman for like 4 years. It's great.
Perfect game plan.
So he goes to China with the excuse that it's to talk with Lau about their business plans with Wayne.
Right, because Lau also has business with Wayne. And so what he does is he has like a 3-step plan. Step 1, come up with an excuse to dip out of town. Oh, he's hanging out with fucking Russian ballerinas that are hot as shit. Okay. Yeah. That's Bruce Wayne. That makes sense.
Yeah, he just goes internationally for booty calls.
Yeah, he's like, fuck you, I'm Bruce Wayne, I got money.
Yeah.
Step number 2, plane. All right, there's a very nice South Korean guy or whatever who's like, I don't give a shit what you're doing.
Yeah.
As long as you pay me, dude, you could be fucking doing whatever you want.
You're gonna fuck over a Chinese dude? All right.
I'm in.
It's like, oh, great. Thanks for international racism. Cool.
Hell yeah, I'm in. He's like, oh, you mean to tell me I get to fuck over China? Hell yeah, son.
Yeah, thank God for racism, right?
No. It was like they said it was like a South Korean man.
Yeah,
who was doing it. So, whatever. Anyway,
all those countries hate each other.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Step 3.
Yep.
Test out the new suit.
Yep.
So we get this amazing shot in Hong Kong. It's a faraway shot of this building. And we get just what looks like a tiny little dot at first.
Yep.
And that dot grows into Batman.
Yeah.
As he uses effectively like a gun to fire off explosive gel.
Yeah.
Which is kind of Which is kind of dope.
Yeah.
Sorry, my phone had a notification. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. Where, he is using it to get himself into the building.
Yeah, so I want to talk about all these shots here. By the way, meanwhile, over in America, Gamble won it. Joker dead.
Yes.
So Joker brings himself in as a dead corpse. He's like, great, which one of you guys killed him? I'll pay you off. Joker gets up from the table, kills Gamble before giving him the famous, you want to know how I got these scars? My father was a drinker.
We're not going to go over the whole fucking speech. You can find it.
Like he gives a speech about how his dad was a drinker, yada yada.
Which may or may not be a reference to The Shining.
So that's his origin story that he gives him. Then he kills him. Then he's like, hey, you two, kill each other, and the victor gets to be part of my gang.
Make it fast.
Yeah.
He's like, all right,
Jesus.
we're doing this. Try.
So then it cuts back to this shot, and it's a beautiful shot. You see this dot that becomes Batman.
Right.
The camera zooms over this beautiful landscape scene, and it's
Hong Kong is a beautiful city,
and it's like really dark, but you get this deep, rich blue night sky.
Yeah.
And the black dot of Batman, you can barely see him. You know.
Oh, he's not even putting on his mask yet.
And then he swoops towards the camera, gets close, and as he gets close, he takes the camera with him.
And just
because we're following him now. So we're following him into this building where he smashes in and beats the crap out of these SWAT dudes.
Mind you, there's also a device there that Lucius had, because Lucius went in to meet with.
Oh yeah,
Lau.
so like right before that scene, there's Lucius goes in and goes, "Hey, we're Wayne Enterprises. We can't be dealing with you because you clearly got dirty money going on."
And he's like, "Well, a simple phone call would suffice."
He's like, "I don't want to waste your time. It's like,
Next time, just call."
Like, an email would have done. Thanks.
Like seriously, like an email or even like a Skype call.
Yeah.
I use Skype a lot.
Like, I just love that he sent Fox there just to tell him to fuck off.
Lucius is just like, kindly fuck off.
He's like, oh, he wanted me to give you this middle finger personally.
That and also the place a tracking device to keep an eye on Lau.
So basically they set up basically what a bat detective is. It's like a military sonar thing. Mm-hmm. So it gives off frequencies and basically shows everything. It's like a really fancy bass finder.
Yeah. Whereas in context for like, I guess an easier way of explaining it, it's detective vision.
Yeah. It's detective vision, which it's scary.
We see more of in the movie later.
It's scary how that was complete science
fiction.
It was science fiction, but like we knew that we could do it at some point, and now we can totally do that.
Yeah.
Like we have. Like, police have this shit where they're shooting it at buildings to find criminals.
That's horrifying.
Yeah, it's we live in a police state. It's fucked up.
Anyway.
So Batman drops in, beats all these guys up.
Grabs Lau.
Yeah. So
dips out of there.
In this fighting, can I talk about this fight?
Sure, go for it.
It is methodical. It is fast. We're not doing a lot of cuts. We're doing some cuts, but not a lot.
It is like that, and you get a sense that he's lighter in his movement.
You see him moving faster, quicker, lighter, and hitting hard. You know, like he's precision based in these moves.
Because he's not being held down by the old suit.
Yeah. So he's not fighting brutalistically, he's fighting like it's more akin to a
ninja.
Like a ninja type, like a more of an Eastern fighting film. It's still not great. It's still not as good as it could be.
We won't get good Batman fighting until Batfleck.
Yes, because that's just Nolan's a gun guy. He's not a kung fu guy. He doesn't quite know how to make it work.
Right.
Especially with his style of cinematography. It's just they clash a bit. But this is great. He's grabbing guys' legs with like tripwire and making them like fall out of windows. He grabs Lau, and he's got this guy good and tight.
And he just bitch slaps another dude who's coming up on him. Like he literally just backhands him.
Yeah, and like
it's great.
The way the camera follows in the quick and intense fighting, it's great. It really shows that there's an evolution of Batman. He's not this slow, hulking mass,
right?
In a big, heavy, clunky suit. He's like this. He's a ninja, you know. Grabs him, gets zipped out of there through a plane, like
which should rip out his spinal cord.
No, he's got a harness and shit.
Okay, it's probably built into the suit.
It's physics. It's physics. This is how they actually do it.
Okay.
And other places they have a sky hook that's up on a parachute. Plane grabs it and
in fairness, he does have a parachute with his cape and all that, so I'm sure that probably helped.
And then we just smash cut. Lau's like tied up outside of a precinct like he dropped off fucking trash.
He's like, here you go.
Like with a note that says, please take me to prison.
LOL.
And then
XD. Or
like
XOXO Batman.
Yeah, it's like trash. It's like he took out the garbage. So Lau immediately rolls.
Yeah, Lau's like, I'm not gonna fucking die because he gets threatened to get put in county.
Yeah, he's like, you can't touch me. I'm Chinese businessman. He's like, yeah, but we can put you.
Maggie Gyllenhaal's like, yeah, you know what? Fuck you.
We can put you in general pop where you'll get killed by all the dudes that are in there who are still on the payroll.
Yeah, all it takes is just one phone call.
Like there are dudes that like straight up like.
Oh, I know.
Like that's their jobs. They go to prison and stay there for a while.
Yep.
It's fucked up. So he's like, all right, I'll talk. I'll squeal like a little bitch pig that I am. Cut to. This is my favorite scene in the movie.
They do what's called a Rico Act.
Yeah. So they get all these guys on Rico, which is how they get all their mobsters, which is racketeering, investment fraud, all this other stuff. So basically it's money. Thing. It's racketeering.
Yeah, it's a big conglomerate racketeering.
Yeah, it's like they know that this is organized criminal activity of financial, like you're fucking with the banks, you're fucking with the stock market, you're an organized mob, you're like it's like price fixing. It's like why all the New York like garbage men back in the day used to be 100% mob owned and now they're not.
Yeah.
Because of Rico. Not that way in Italy. It's still 100% mob owned in Italy. You pay your dues or you don't get your trash picked up. So, they get these guys, and so what do they do with the DA? He goes, I'm not wasting my time with all this. Put all these fuckers in the same room at once. We'll get all 300 of these dudes at once.
And how do you plead?
Oh yeah, it's just a mob of dudes going, not guilty,
not guilty. And even Maroni's just like, what the fuck?
And there's this, like, you see this poor stenographer. She's just standing there, shell shocked, like,
what do I do?
Like,
yeah, he was like,
just smash the keyboard, done.
Just type in YTMND. Smash the keys for God's sakes.
Just I give up. Fuck it.
Oh God. So everything's going great for Batman.
Yeah. So yeah, he's got like their game plan is basically fuck them all up,
and then deal with the Joker.
They're gonna get the small fish to squeal on the big fish. Mm-hmm. At minimum, they're gonna get like 6 months
to probably 5 years, depending.
Like 6 months crime free. Before like they really get into like they're gonna get most of these guys.
Yeah.
They're fucked. Which now
the mayor is then kind of talking to Harvey like, well, all right, this is great. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then, bam.
Yeah.
Fucking hanging Batman.
Yeah. They think, hey, we finally did it. Victory. Boom. Dead Batman from a noose with Joker makeup on him.
Yeah. But it's not actually Batman, of course. Yeah. It's just a guy. It's the Batman imposter.
It's the vigilante from the parking lot scene. I think his name's like Dave or something.
It was Brian.
Because
of course it's fucking.
Oh yeah, of course you remembered when
that fucking stood out to me. I'm like, you are fucking with me, and I think I checked.
Hey, I get called like shit, like the Hedge or the Monkey, or all sorts of goofy, like the dumbest thing gets named after me. Okay, the dumbest thing in every movie.
Yeah, but I get Batman Vigilante who gets fucking iced. Like a bitch.
Yeah, listen. I will show you some cartoons, and it's always Steve that gets the fucking dumb thing.
This is because Steve is a funny name.
Yes, it is.
The fuck kind of name is Steve?
Shut up.
We love each other. There's lots of sexual tension.
So, cut to one of the greatest parts of the movie.
Yes, which Heath Ledger improvised.
Yeah, it's the Joker murder tape. They pop in this tape that's on this corpse.
Tell them your name.
And it's basically Joker's murder snuff film.
Yeah. So you don't see him kill anybody,
no,
of course.
He's like, so you're a little bitch boy, and I'm going to kill you.
Tell them your name.
Yeah,
Brian Douglas.
Yeah.
Are you the real Batman? No. God damn it.
He's like, no. And he's like fucking patting him and like
what the? Why are you dressed up like him?
he's smacking him around with his like hand like he's a weird dog.
He's like, man, what the fuck? Like Joker's like, are you the real Batman? Like you hear like some excitement in his voice. Like, are you? No. God damn it.
Yeah,
the whole time he's trying to get the Batman's attention.
Yeah, like, and he's fucking with them, and he's like, "Look at me, Brian. Look at me." And you're like, "Oh,
okay."
I just peed myself a little bit.
Until I saw Paul.
Yeah. So he's basically saying, "Hey, I'm gonna kill you now," and it really feels like a like something you'd see on the dark web.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's which.
I've seen
this type of idea will inspire the next few years of villainy and stuff. Like this is how we see stuff go out in future Arkham games.
Yeah,
in the new,
especially in Arkham Knight.
Yeah, like especially in the Arkham Knight. This is like the type of thing that inspired. Like, yeah, we have videos. Everyone's got a camera now.
Everyone's on a smartphone. Everyone's on internet access.
Let's make that as terrifying because it could be just anywhere in the world that someone's dying and you weren't there to help them, and here you are living out their death.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. So I mean, because this really got inspired by the Batman, which
you mean the Batman was inspired by this?
Yes. That's exactly what I meant. Yes. So everyone's freaking the fuck out because it's like, wow, that's terrifying. I forgot to mention one very subtle thing in the case against the 250 dudes. They open up the case. The judge opens up the folders and like looking at all that, and they see a Joker playing card, and they go, "What the fuck? What?" And they just move it aside. They're like, "I don't know what that is."
All right, I'll deal with that when that time comes.
Yeah.
So, that's because the judge is a target.
Yes.
And that's the Joker trying to tell her, like, yo, you're a target. I'm going to fucking kill you.
Yeah. So now they've been warned that Joker is going to kill a judge, the commissioner, and the DA, Harvey Dent. They don't know when, but they know that they're under attack. So we cut to a party. Batman's hosting a party for Dent.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, we are also intercutting with
very intense scenes of the police come out to get the judge. Like, hey, listen, here's an envelope. Get in your car. Get the fuck out of here.
The envelope will tell you where to go.
Yeah. Gordon's got to
goes to Loeb.
Goes to Commissioner Loeb and says, dude, they're going to kill you.
And Loeb's like, man, you know how many times I get threatened?
It's like, dude, like, I get threatened. Like, it's like a plane going by at this point, all right?
He's like, I wake up and someone threatens me.
It's like, I don't, like, I take my first piss of the day and, like, someone's threatening
Some dude in the bathroom's like, I'm going to fucking kill you. Like, you know what, man, can you wait till I at least finish?
Thank you. Come on, let me wait till I shake it off first.
All right, here we go. All right, what were you saying, sir? I'm sorry. I was paying attention, I swear. Loeb drinks what, acid?
So Loeb goes, I'm just going to sit here, drink my whiskey. Boom. Because you guys checked everything. Fuck it. He's like, wait, we didn't check your secret stash of liquor. And he drank acid. Basically, you can add...
Because whiskey burns when going down, so you don't think about it.
Yeah, it was like whiskey or something. It burns when you go... So you don't think about it, and he was instantly dead. The judge.
That's a painful way to die.
The judge gets in her car and she blows up.
Yeah.
Car bomb. So I'm gonna guess those cops were on the take.
Yeah, they were on the Joker's. Payroll. Which is he paying these people?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know if he's paying people because he burns money, or if he just attracts like the biggest psycho, or maybe he threatens people. I don't know.
I think he attracts just crazy people.
It's kind of a mixture of everyone. He pays people. He threatens people. He attracts people who are agents of chaos themselves. And then, like, instantly, like, Joker manages to kill two people at the same time with no one being the wise. Like, just, like, he infiltrates these people's lives. Mm-hmm. Highly protected people and kills them. All right? Showing that he's super capable. Okay. He's like frighteningly strategic in methodical.
Mm-hmm.
So then we get the party scene.
Yeah, so this is where Bruce announces that he's going to be fundraising Dent's campaign.
Yeah.
Even further. He's like, I believe in Harvey Dent. Bruce then goes outside, on his balcony to think, and Rachel talks him. She's like, that, like, I'm with Harvey, right?
It's like, no, you're my wife now. No.
He's like, fuck you. I know that, Rachel. I'm not like 6. And she's like, he's basically telling her, like, look, Harvey can be what Batman can't be.
Yeah.
Harvey can be whatever, and I'm done being a dick to him, I promise. Pinky square.
Yeah.
And then shit gets bad. The Joker comes, and and I forget how Bruce knows that the Joker's coming.
I think he kind of had an idea.
Oh, right, yeah, because Harvey pulls Rachel aside, like, in a separate hallway, and Bruce literally just sneaks up on him and, fucking puts him in a chokehold and knocks him out.
So, they get tipped off.
No, Joker arrived, but Bruce, Rachel, and Harvey were all in, like, separate areas.
Yeah, like, he gets, like, tipped off that, oh, this guy's coming. I forget how. But, yeah, so, like, literally, like, Dent's just, like, chilling out in the room. He's like, all right, well, I'll just give myself up. It's fine.
He's like, oh, Bruce
sneaks up, chokeholds him.
He's just like,
throws him into a closet, like, into a wardrobe.
He's like, go to sleep now.
Puts a broom on over it, like, that'll help.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you stay the fuck here.
Yeah. And she's like, what are you doing? He's like, what the fuck you think I'm doing?
Like, don't worry about it. I want to talk about this panic room scene, okay?
Sure.
So, this really, like, sells, like, Bruce is a bitch coward.
Yeah.
Like,
I love it.
They run up to, like, this panic room, and, like, these people that were fucking in his bed.
Basically.
All right. They're like, oh, thank God you have a panic room. He's like, fuck you. He
Dip.
just closes it behind him.
He's like, oh, me?
Yeah. Like,
yeah, I do. I do have a panic room.
Yeah, for me.
Get the fuck out
like,
of my house.
Only room for one. Bye.
And his name, what's the passcode? Patrick Bateman.
What if that was Bruce's favorite film?
What's your favorite film, Bruce?
American Psycho. There's
this guy in this movie who looks exactly like
he's
him.
handsome as hell. I mean, he's a serial murderer.
But he's
like,
god damn, is he handsome?
But man, does he? I mean, like he walks
perfect hair.
Yeah.
Oh god. We should talk about that movie sometime too.
Yes,
we are planning a bunch of movies on the docket.
Yeah, I mean, like shit. Like we saw the trailers last night, and we're like, that one.
That one. Brad Pitt is basically John Wick, but like just trying to fucking chill.
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, look, man, I don't know, fucking suitcase. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Oh god, that looks
it's great because then he suits up, comes out.
Joker does another Scars.
So Joker comes in. And he's so fucking terrifying that Michael Caine forgets his lines.
Yes, this was the first time that Michael Caine saw Heath Ledger in makeup.
Yeah, Michael Caine was supposed to say something like, "What the fuck are you doing here? Get the
fuck out! How dare you? I will fight you."
And he's just looking at him like,
"Oh, god damn! Okay.
I was expecting
Jack Nicholson.
Like, what the fuck are we doing in this movie? Jesus.
Whoa! Whereas today's standards, he looks normal. Like, it's just a dude in clown makeup. Probably because we've had so much.
We're just used to just like more nightmare fuel.
Where especially with like Joaquin's Joker, who was completely out of his goddamn mind.
No, I mean he was way less intense.
Yeah, until like the end.
Yeah, he was way more normal. Like that was played way more real.
Yeah, where he had like John Wayne Gacy makeup on and shit.
It was John Wayne Gacy-esque, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was literally John
Everyone
Wayne Gacy's
forgets
makeup.
John Wayne Gacy was a birthday clown.
Do not Google that, man.
It was like a summer job, though. What if
he did it for years.
Oh, yeah, well.
He did it for fucking years, man.
Oh, but he was also the king of KFC. They call him the king.
Oh, yeah! Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah. Sorry, we're getting a little bit sidetracked, but what the fuck was that? Yeah, he bribed an entire town with chicken.
So we were watching a documentary before this
about John Wayne Gacy, and they just casually mentioned the chicken empire he had.
Yeah,
and John Wayne Gacy was a horrible fucking person.
So this Joker comes in immediately. He takes
control of the whole fucking room.
This is really what cements this scene right here. Is what cements this Joker as the next evolution of
the character
in a comic book film.
Right.
Okay.
Like the problem with like you mentioned Iron Man earlier.
Yeah.
Problem with Iron Man, and not just Iron Man, like every villain aside from Loki and Thanos is forgettable until like No Way Home in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Marvel Cinematic Universe, they're not like Ultron is not.
No, I don't mean like forgettable in like the sense of like, oh, who are they? Like they're not. They don't have the same impact or presence.
They
as
don't
Heath
have
Ledger's
the
Joker.
same presence. Like in 2008, I forget what was the name of the villain there.
Obadiah Stane.
Oh, but yeah, I was like, it's like Amish sounding. I couldn't.
Yeah, it is Amish sounding. He's played by fucking Jeff.
Jeff Bridges.
Thank you.
Jeff Bridges can play
scary,
like incredibly memorable characters. That's what he's known for. Obadiah, you kind of forget because
except for the meme of he built it in a cave.
Yeah, like because he's just like a boring Lex Luthor type. Like it's not interesting. So now you have Heath Ledger. He comes in, and the way he performs in every scene, he overshadows everything around him. He takes complete control of the scene. Every subtle movement he makes is deliberate and sinister, like the way he's playing
punches his shoulders.
Like he moves his shoulders, and he's playing with a knife, and he's licking his lips because the makeup hurts like a son of a bitch on him.
I don't know if it hurt. I think it was just uncomfortable.
No, it hurt him.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, because it was like the way it would dry out his lips, and then it would like get stuck in the makeup would get stuck in it, like the little
crevice,
like the little crevice of like between your lips.
Ooh,
and that's a
like you know how like when you eat a lot of salty stuff, you get that fucking cut there sometimes.
Yeah, it was like that all day. So he was constantly.
So I can't eat chips anymore. I get that, and I get sad.
Yeah. So he takes out the knife.
Threatens the great senator Patrick Lee. Yeah. Again, his other appearance in the Batman
because Patrick
movies.
Lee just loves Batman films.
Fuck him, why not, man? He's like, if he's in town, he's not busy.
Yeah. And then he takes the knife and does the Scar speech,
which is more akin to the Killing Joke origin
to Rachel, right?
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "Do you want to know how I got these scars?"
Oh, please do not fucking imitate him.
You know,
everyone for years has
so that's how iconic it is. Because it's like, do you want to know how I got these scars? No. He goes, do you want to know how I got these scars? You know, like the way.
Is this your audition?
Like the way he does that inflections and all that. It's
almost like it's a genuine question.
Yeah.
He does this whole thing, and then Rachel fucking kicks him.
No, the thing is, it's different.
Right.
He does not give the same story.
No.
He's talking about how he had a wife, and she had scars. So he takes razor
from loan
blade.
Sharks and all that.
Yeah,
and he fucked up her face.
And he takes razors, and he cuts them, and like, you think he's acting like you know, like, he pantomimes it to the point where you're expecting blood to come out of his mouth when he does it. Like.
And then he says, "Now I see the funny side.
Yeah.
Now I'm always smiling."
Yep.
Because the whole speech is him talking about how his wife told him that he needs to smile more.
He makes up the story on the spot based off of what he perceives would emotionally damage the person he's talking to.
Meanwhile, she's just like, "Get the fuck off."
Yeah, and she's like, "Fuck off," and then he's like, "Oh, I love you. You're feisty." And Batman goes, "You're gonna love me."
He's like, "What the fuck?"
He's like, "What?" Bam!
Joker's just like, "Hold up, wait, time out."
He's like, "Where the fuck did you come from?"
Whoa, time out, Chief. I don't know where you came from, sir.
He's like, Jesus.
Because the way Ledger looks over, he's like, "The fuck?"
He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Bam! Oh God, where did she?"
So the Joker changing his story is
reminiscent to how he's like, sometimes remember it this way.
If I'm going to have a pass, I prefer it to be multiple choice. Yeah. And that's very akin to the Killing Joke, which is a common theme with the character.
That's why I wanted to really talk about this scene and how it's important. So he fights Joker. Joker fucks off.
Joker has
he saves
knife
Rachel
in his shoe.
Yeah, he's got the knife boot, which always have a knife boot.
Joker's like, "Hold up, I came prepared, fucker."
Yeah.
I'm going to kick you. It's actually kind of funny.
It's a good story if someone's got a knife boot.
And it's kind of funny how he's getting excited almost like he's a little kid.
Yeah,
like,
he like fighting and like like getting near death. Like he has a death fetish.
Yeah.
I wrote that down in my notes. The closer he gets to like being killed, the more he's like getting like
happy
and excited. Like because his brain's messed up. I'm going to assume that this is like some weird kick from like being in a war zone.
Probably.
Like it seems like
he's probably a depressed person who was put in the war and then was just like, oh, I see an exit strategy, but I want to take everyone out with me.
Yeah. So like it seems like he must have come from some sort of war conflict. So he wins the day
by throwing Rachel out of a window.
Yeah. Batman saves him. Joker runs away.
Yeah, Joker just, I guess, kind of dips.
Yeah.
And then, like, we don't see Joker for a while.
Yeah. So then, like, they go to this apartment and see some stuff, and he carves out bullet holes out of a wall.
Oh, yeah. Why did he do that?
I don't remember.
Sorry, we saw a movie a couple of days ago, and the Batman has just completely overshadowed it.
Yeah, like, I don't quite remember why he does this, but then he's got this minigun thing, and he's testing, like, bullet patterns to figure out, like, the gun, and that was a pretty cool scene.
That was kind of dope.
Yeah.
The caliber of it.
So he figures out, like, I like that scene, because, like, it's showing, like, yeah, he does detective work. Like, he's not just some dude that just...
Like Val Kilmer's Batman or George Clooney's Batman, where shit, and even Michael Keaton's Batman was like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, like this Batman, like figures stuff out. He does ballistics test, fingerprint analysis. Like he is a detective. This gets overshadowed though because they want to show the more hero aspect of him.
Right.
The big fight between him and a villain.
Right, which is the problem
that we're facing. So we're not seeing him in his whole.
We're getting 90%.
Yeah, we're getting like 90% of who the Batman is, which it's a decent percent.
Yeah, no, that's not a bad percentage. It's a higher percentage than what we got with 89.
Yeah.
And,
like we're getting a good like back and forth between him as Bruce and him as Batman.
I'd say as Bruce is 100%.
Yeah, it's like
that's perfect.
You see exactly who he is as Bruce Wayne and as Batman. Both the fake Bruce and the real Bruce and the real Batman. So moving along, there's a scene. Some guy comes in and talks to Fox.
Oh, Coleman Reese.
Yeah, Coleman Reese. So he's like, yeah. So I'm your accountant, and yeah, these numbers aren't lying to me. Your boss is clearly Batman.
And Morgan Freeman says the greatest line ever. Can I say it?
So he's like, listen, I'll keep my mouth shut for $10 million a year and a bunch of other stuff and like a free pony.
Yeah, he's like, you mean to tell me that your client, one of the richest, most powerful men in the world, parades around at night as a vigilante and attacks criminals, and you want to blackmail this person? And you just see his look on his face like, I did not think that like, part out.
Good luck.
Good luck to you, son.
So this solves like that question of like, how come no one figures out?
Because they would get the shit kicked out of them.
And it's like, oh, I'm sure tons of people figured it out. They're just smart enough to not
keep their
anything.
Fucking mouth shut.
Yeah, Coleman will eventually come out and
try to.
Yeah, so
who I'm pretty sure he's like a subtle reference to the Riddler.
Yeah, I'm thinking like
Mr. Reese riddles or mysteries. That's just my guess. But
yeah, maybe they were like going like. I think they wanted to make a fourth one where the Riddler was in there,
and he was gonna be Coleman.
Yeah,
but Coleman Reese isn't a bad alias for the Riddler.
Yeah,
like his real name was like Edward Nashton or some shit.
Yeah, or Edward Nigma. I mean, Nashton makes more sense than Nigma.
Nashton's his actual name.
Yeah,
Nashton. He changed it from Nashton to Nigma.
Oh, right. Okay, that's good. So we have the police parade for or the funeral rather.
Right.
It looks more like a parade. I remembered it as a parade until like my second watching. I was like, oh right,
it's a funeral.
It's a funeral for
the commissioner
and
the judge.
Yeah. So
Harvey's there.
There's a big crowd. Harvey's there. Everyone's gathered around. Then they're all on high alert. Because they're like, well, obviously...
the Joker's going to strike.
Joker's going to try and, like, get someone.
Probably Harvey.
Yeah, probably Harvey. So, Harvey's up there doing...
Big dick energy.
Doing a speech. And Batman's investigating. He's like, oh, wait, that looks like a place for snipers.
Yeah, Bruce, it's actually kind of cool. Like, we get Bruce, like, kind of in a disguise, quote unquote, where he tracks down a nearby apartment owned by a man named Melvin White. He finds a bunch of police officers that were tied up.
Yeah.
And their guns were taken and all that. And they're blindfolded, so they can't see him. He's like, he does his Batman voice, so they know it's Batman.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, let me think here. So, trajectory doesn't make any sense. He looks up, and then he sees the actual sniper. Or, no. He sees...
He's looking around. And he goes, okay, so there's a lookout point. It makes it look like there's a sniper spot.
Right.
And there's a timer on a blind, okay? So he must have figured that Batman would figure him out there or something. Or
the police would.
Like, he figured that either if someone was there or not, they time it right. So the speech happens... The timer dings, the curtain flies up, and
gets all the cops' attention.
Bruce is sitting there as they're doing a 21-gun salute, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that was the cue. Flies up. Sniper sees that, blind one, there's a gun. He fires and tries to kill Bruce because he's like, I'm going to stop the sniper. Bruce gets hit.
Nope, he just dipped out.
Right, well, he dodges the bullet, thankfully. But... Oh no, the real shooter was right there with the guns. It's the Joker.
Which nobody noticed him?
No, because he doesn't...
He's got scars. Prime suspect, the Joker, has an identifying...
No, because he has it covered in makeup and no one can really tell.
I guess. Yeah,
it's like, no one's paying attention to the 21 Salute guys.
That's true.
And
no one gives a fuck about them.
Like, everyone... They have the illusion of control right here. So... No, Joker turns. He's one of the 21 Salutes. Turns, shoots at the DA. But, oh no, it's Jim. Jim got shot.
Jim fucking comes out of nowhere and just takes the bullet.
Yeah.
And we think Jim dies, even though we all know he don't.
Yeah.
He's got literal plot armor.
Yeah. So, there's a big panic. They think Jim's dead.
One of the fake cops is captured. He's played by I can't remember the actor's name, but he was Polka Dot Man.
Yeah, the guy who plays the Polka Dot Man.
So we're just gonna call him Polka Dot Man.
Yeah,
it was in my head. I'm going to call that Polka Dot Man is also in this movie.
Yeah, sure.
So Polka Dot Man gets captured by the police, and Dent comes in, and he's like, "Who the fuck are you?" And he basically kidnaps him and dips.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Batman goes to a nightclub. And beats the crap out of everybody.
And also captures Maroni, thinking Maroni knows something.
Yeah.
Maroni's like, I don't know dick.
Yeah, he goes to Maroni's thing and beats up all of his dudes and then captures him. And Maroni's like, I don't know nothing.
Who the fuck are you? I don't know anything about it, you asshole.
So there's a dual interrogation. All right.
He drops Maroni off of a fire escape, too.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, so like he's got Maroni and Dent's got Polka Dot Man, let's say.
Just because I forgot what the guy's name was.
Yeah, but he's just playing like a paranoid schizophrenic.
Yeah, but it's Polka Dot Man.
So Batman will not kill this guy. Okay.
No, he won't kill Maroni.
But Maroni's like, you gotta
work. This high fault won't kill me.
Yeah, you gotta work on your technique, man. Like one pro to the other. I know this fall won't kill me. He's like, yeah, I'm betting on that. Push falls directly on both his legs.
Yeah, he's like, shit.
You watch his legs snap like paper mache.
Yeah, he's like, because Maroni wasn't expecting it. He was expecting Batman to go, oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's like, oh shit.
So he's just sitting there in agonizing pain, going, what do you know? And I.
He's like, I don't know dick, man.
He's like, I don't know nothing. Meanwhile,
Dent is taking Polka Dot Man.
Yeah, and he's like beating the crap out of him, like pointing a gun to him. He's like, I'll flip this coin, and then once it goes heads, I'll blow your fucking head off.
Batman catches it. He's like, oh, think about what you're doing.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, he stops him and he goes, no. You need to be the good guy. You need to be the good guy. I got to be the bad guy.
Mind you.
Yeah.
We also get, what do we get with Batman and Two-Face? Or Dent?
We get the love triangle happens more here in this next scene, where Bruce comes in and
tells Rachel he's going to turn himself in.
Yeah,
Because that's what the Joker wants. The Joker had in one of his videos.
Yeah, the Joker's like, this all stops if Batman
takes off his
himself.
mask and turns himself in.
So, like, but the real triggering is, okay, we got all these guys dead to rights.
Mm-hmm.
We can stop all of this. We can stop the Joker, all of this. And Gordon's dead, and Batman feels terrible because it's his fault. So he feels so guilty, he's willing to give up his identity to make it all stop. So he goes to Rachel and goes, I'll just, yeah, fuck it. Activate whatever protocol. It's cool. We'll take the mask off. And then he cucks Dent.
Yep. Yep. Just constantly cucking Harvey.
Because that's a core theme of the
their relationship.
of the Batman franchises.
It's like, all right, Joker's crazy. Check. Riddler tells riddles. Check. Cuck Harvey.
Yep.
Check with a big old like check mark.
That's a running theme.
God, and it's so unintentional. So like Rachel's like, okay, you realize, dude, that like I can't fuck you if you're in prison, right? And I'm not going to anyway. But you know that like we can't be together.
Whatever.
Like, whatever.
But we can't ever... She's basically like, we can never be together as long as you're Batman. He's like, well, I'm going to stop being Batman now.
Then you're going to go to jail, you idiot.
Yeah, I got good lawyers.
Yeah, I got really good lawyers.
It's like, I'll be
One
out.
of them's named Matt.
It's like, literally, I'll be out in 3 weeks.
I'll be out in a month. This will be nothing.
It's like, I'll go...
Batman? Me? No.
Yeah.
You can't prove it. So he does burn evidence of him being Batman. Like Alfred's connections, Lucius's connections, Rachel's connections.
Yeah, So, in a twist,
Harvey at a press conference.
Harvey goes, I'm Batman.
Bitch!
And Bruce goes, what? Like, he's literally about to walk over, and then Dent's like, I'm Batman.
I cuck you, Bruce. I cuck
He's like, no,
you.
man, fuck my wife. It's cool, man. I'll go away. I'll go away forever. It's cool. He goes,
but remember, Bruce, I cuck you.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So... Dent is in a police... And this is the halfway mark.
Yeah, we're about halfway through the movie. This is where shit starts to really escalate.
This is like the best part of the film. They're in a police escort to some prison, right?
Yeah, I'm guessing Harvey's thing is like, all right, if I'm surrounded by cops, I'm safe.
So,
I get the logic.
So they have a massive police escort down the middle of... Like, down the streets, which...
Of Gotham.
I swear, every time I see this, it feels like it's downtown.
Probably, well, it's Chicago.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean. Yeah, it does look like it's downtown. It's like, hey, wait a minute, are they on the fucking Mon?
No, it's not Boulevard of the Allies. My bad.
It's not flooded this week? Yay.
Oh, yeah. Boy, like...
Fucking town.
I can really understand why they film here. Like, we share so much in common with that architecture.
Yeah.
Like, so...
The shitty landscape.
Yeah, Joker goes after these places.
Now, I don't know if you caught it. Joker took a ice cream van or something. It said laughter, but he spray painted an S in front of it. Yes, for slaughter.
Slaughter, yeah.
It's like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah. It's an amazing... Best scene in the movie, really, is this intense scene where, like, the Tumbler is going after the thing. Joker breaks out a goddamn RPG, and the guy's
he's just like, yeah.
And the SWAT dude's driving like, is that a fucking RPG?
And Joker's literally just like, yeah, but I got him.
It's like, yep, I got this thing from the Army Surplus store.
I got this thing from Gotham Surplus. There was some other dude there too. He was kind of weird.
Yeah, he blows up like a couple of trucks. Blows up the Tumbler. The Tumbler is destroyed.
Tumbler does get destroyed, and we get the Bat Pod.
Yeah, we get the Bat Pod,
which is a pretty dope vehicle. I'm not gonna lie.
It's really the Bat Bike.
Yeah, it's really just a fancy term for Bat Cycle. Which I'm like, just call it the fucking Bat Cycle.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's.
I mean, who gives a fuck?
So he's chasing after him. They've almost won against the Joker because they destroy his. So
Batman. How does he get the cables set up? It was the police who set up the
cables.
Yeah, it was the Joker's men who set up the cables to stop the helicopter.
Yeah, so like helicopters are down. They've almost beaten the cops in this chase. They're down to just a truck with Dent in it, right?
Yeah, and Batman goes literally under Joker's van. Joker's like, the fuck?
Yeah.
And Joker's driving at this point because the driver's dead. And Joker's like, excuse me, I want to drive, and kicks him out.
Yeah.
And he's driving, and he's literally kind of just like looking at him like, the fuck's this dude doing?
Yeah.
And Batman wraps a cable around him, makes the truck flip over on its top, and Joker gets out. He's just like, oh, okay. All right, I'm getting up.
Yep. All right, come on.
All right.
And he's got the gun, and he's like stumbling. He's shooting. He's like, "Oh, whoops!
Whoa, shit!
Trigger discipline, my bad."
He's like, "Oh shit! That's that. Oh man, my drill sergeant would hate me right now."
This is great because like
he's also got whiplash. If you
like
notice.
you can tell like he's been through something like this before.
Yeah,
like this is not new to Joker. He kind of like gets mad at himself because like he shoots the gun. He's like, "Oh, what bad trigger discipline?"
My sergeant would kill me right now if you saw that. That was disgusting.
Yeah. And he's sitting there, and we get the famous line, "Come on, why don't you do it? Come on, do it, do it."
It's in all the trailers. Come on, hit me.
Hit me.
Except the take they use is weird, because in the trailer it was better. I don't know, it's just me.
Timing. I don't know. Batman is about to run him over, and he's like, "No, I took that oath."
And Joker's like, "God damn, okay."
Like,
and he skips over there like, ba-dum, ba-dum.
Yeah, so he flips the bike, and he hurts himself, and then he tries to get up, and then Joker tases him?
No. What happens is he's quote-unquote knocked out. One of Joker's men tries to unmask him. He gets shocked by the mask.
Oh.
And Joker laughs at him and stomps on the guy who got tased and spits on him. Joker literally gets on top of him, about to stab him, shotgun to the head. He's just like, can you please just give me a minute? And it gets knocked over. Excuse me.
It's shotgun to the head. Surprise. It's Jim. He's alive.
No shit.
He's like, oh, yeah, cool. You could just pull that trigger and we could end this movie right here.
And literally, he's like, "We got you, son of a bitch."
You feel like the movie should be it because like we're an hour and a half in now.
But
right?
we also did promise the audience Two-Face.
Yeah. So yeah, we do. Yeah. So Joker's in prison. He's going to get interrogated. Okay, and You think like, oh, the movie's about to be over, and then you go, wait, there's still like an hour left. Joker's being interrogated, and they're like, okay, we have this dude. There's nothing, no ID,
no fingerprints on file.
Yeah, nothing. So that's telling me like he's got to be like some Black Ops guy that like was taken out of the system, and they're pulling out all these knives. And Joker's like, yeah, I like to use knives. That's my thing. I like,
can you not touch that? Nah, fuck. That's an antique. Yeah. I was going to turn that into a pawn shop later.
Okay, so, he's sitting there in the interrogation room, and Gordon's like, all right, fuck this. You're being a little bitch. I'm leaving. He's like, what is this? Good cop, bad cop? He's like, no, something different. Not exactly. And then out from the shadows, and I love it because like it's like, wow, this is a really poorly lit interrogation room. What the hell? It's like, oh, they needed back half completely dark so Batman could just sit there jerking off, waiting for his cue.
I'm getting a power move right now.
And he beats the crap out of Joker. Like, he immediately slams his head on the...
Because they realize Harvey Dent's missing.
Yeah, Harvey's missing at this point because they open up the back end, he's not there. Yeah. What the hell? Oh, surprise! He was in another van the whole time.
SpaghettiOs.
And Joker's like, oh, don't start with the head. It leaves your victim all fuzzy. You can't feel the next attack. And he hits him in the hand. He's like,
he stops for a second. He's like, okay.
He's like, yeah, see, I didn't feel
Meanwhile, we're also getting a guy who's complaining in Gen Pop about his tummy hurting. And he's like, my insides hurt.
He said the light they put in me would make it feel better. And go, what the fuck is this crazy asshole talking about?
And he collapses, and they open it up, and there's like a fucking scar, and there's clearly like a phone in there. And
like there's like a bomb. And they go, oh shit, there's a bomb.
So what Joker does to get Batman out of the situation, he gives Batman 2 addresses as to where Joker, and he's like, for a while there, I really thought you were him. The way you threw yourself after her.
Yeah.
Implying that he also kidnapped Rachel, which, no shit.
Yeah.
Gives Batman 2 addresses. One of them is real, one of them isn't.
Yeah.
And he tells Gordon which one he's doing. So he switched the addresses. Fucking Dent's at one of them. Rachel's at another one.
Yep.
And Batman's like, I wanted to cuck Dent. So he's going to go after Rachel.
Yeah, but he ends up finding
Harvey.
He's
like, God damn it. All right, fine.
So at this point, Harvey has fallen. He's trying to escape, but he couldn't get out, and some chemicals are leaking.
Yeah, I think it's just gasoline.
No, it's.
You think it's chemicals?
Gasoline can't burn your face like that.
That's true. It's probably some type of acid.
Yeah, it's like an acid thing. So his face is getting all melted off
slowly. And also the fat guy explodes.
Yeah,
fat guy explodes. Joker gets out.
Yeah, Batman and Gordon race to the two locations.
There's a timer while Harvey and Rachel are talking to each other through the phone.
Yeah,
he's trying to comfort her, and she's like, "Listen, I need to tell you something."
Yeah.
Yeah,
they explode. Harvey makes it out with Batman helping him. Gordon does not. Gordon
doesn't get there in time.
Doesn't get there in time, unfortunately. This is just the moment where Harvey becomes Two-Face.
Right. So he gets caught on fire, and we see part of his... Because he does get on fire.
Yeah, like half his face is on fire.
Yeah.
So he's basically saying like he doesn't want any medical attention. So he's just sitting in a hospital. Like they could have saved his face, but they don't, because he's like, no meds, no skin
grafts. Leave me alone.
No, just let me be a horrible skeleton man.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I was cucked. You see.
Yeah. So the CGI when we first see that Two-Face. It's not
in 2008 it looked amazing.
It looked picture perfect in 2008.
It hasn't aged as gracefully as we would have liked.
No. This is why it's very jarring, because Nolan does not use CGI very much. He uses it very, very sparingly.
But how are you going to get around Two-Face?
Yeah. So I mean, like when a plane explodes, the plane's really exploding. When when a building is spinning, it's really spinning. You know.
Yeah.
This does not, specifically around the eyeball effect, does not work.
Yeah, it's just trying to. They put like sensors on Aaron's face, and
it's just like it's good, but it's
as good as Two-Face as I think we're ever going to get until they do him again. Whenever, you can't do Two-Face practical. Batman Forever taught us
that. But
it looks like Jello.
No, you would have to make it.
He can't talk.
No, it'd be more subtle.
Well, wait a minute. Wasn't there... I guess you can do Two-Face practical. Because wasn't there a scene in, like, I think Breaking Bad where, like, some lawyer gets blown, like, half
Yeah,
up?
but that was Gus Fring. And that was, like, for all of, like, tenths of a
I'm just
minute.
saying, like...
And that was around 2014, so, like...
Yeah, so I guess you could do Two-Face.
No, they would, for them to do it in a movie, it would have to be less severe.
Oh, of course. I don't mean like that severe. I'm talking about like just in general.
Like, no, like you could just do it less severe.
Yeah. Less
CGI reliant. It's possible. Completely possible. So we see him, and he's not doing good. He's literally missing like half his face.
And he's also upset because Rachel died.
Yeah. He's really sad.
He talks to Jim, and he basically tells Jim to go fuck himself after he's like, hey, what was that name you guys called me?
Two-Face?
Harvey Two-Face. And he's like, yep, that's it. Get the fuck out now. I got my new name.
Yep. And, oh, look, my coin's all fucked up, so now I know,
Yeah, which I'm like, that's a little too subtle.
It's fine. I
mean, it is what it is.
So Joker's gone, and he's back at his hideout in some weird abandoned warehouse.
We never see Joker's.
No, it's just like some random warehouse.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like...
where he's at Lau on top of the money.
Yeah, he's got this huge, like, $10 billion, $100 billion...
He's got a pyramid of money.
Yeah. Very large, like, an insane amount of money.
And you didn't notice for years Lau was on top of it.
I did not notice that Lau was on top.
Yeah, so this is what was originally... I'm going to
assume that every time I watched it, it was like the TV cut where they just cut that angle off.
Right. I think they do, because it was originally going to be an R-rated movie because of this scene where Joker... Because I was always wondering, like, what the fuck is Joker throwing money at? Because you see him throwing money at, like, something at the beginning. He's, like, throwing the stacks of bills at somebody. And it's like, well, what's he throwing at? Oh, it's Lau.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Because they his Joker kidnapped Lau. He went to his cell when the bomb went off. He's like, hello there.
Yeah.
And General Kenobi.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So he says it's not about the money. It's about sending a message.
Oh, yeah. He also lit the money on fire and...
it burns Lau alive.
Yeah.
And you don't hear him scream. You hear dogs barking instead because the screaming was what made it an R.
Right.
It's
supposedly
the way that R is in PG-13 and all that. I mean, like, Raiders of the Lost Ark was PG, but it was what invented PG-13. And then you would see PG-13s like in like the late 90s and all that, and go, that would be an R today.
Yeah. Hell, the Batman should be rated R.
Yeah. Because no one curses, and there's actually not that much blood
In the Batman?
Yeah.
There's a lot of cursing.
Not a lot of cursing, not a lot of blood, not a lot of no nudity.
No, there was no nudity, but it was. We're talking about the movie we saw last night.
Yes, okay. I rewatched it in my brain and went, okay, yeah.
Well, there's shit a lot.
You can say that on TV now.
That's true.
Yeah. So, Lau's being burnt alive, and then did you catch this, Brian? Very subtle change you caught. I did not notice, but you pointed it out. Earlier, Joker says, I like using knives because in the last moments, you can see who someone really is as you watch them die. Mm-hmm. Then he throws the knife away.
When he threatens the Spanish guy,
yeah,
he's like... he already has a gun, and instead of having it's one of his knives. He tosses the knife away, presumably into the fire.
Yeah,
and he pulls out like this big "fuck you" gun.
Yeah,
and this is to me now the escalation of we're getting the more classic Joker.
No, we're getting an escalation. So he had no problem using guns before.
No,
but now he's like, no more knives, guns. More hard.
I can't go toe to toe with this guy.
Yeah.
I have to literally cap him.
Yeah. So Joker's like on the warpath. Reese goes on TV and he's like, no. Dent's not Batman. I know who the real Batman is. I'm gonna snitch.
Joker calls into the show and says, I had a dream of a world without Batman. And I'm not gonna let Mr. fucking Reese ruin it.
Yeah. So he's like, I'm gonna have Reese killed. So they're going to protect Reese.
Now, the reason why what he does is he says, if Coleman Reese is not dead in 60 minutes, then I blow up a hospital.
Yep.
He never specifies which hospital, so that spreads out the police force thin.
Yep.
Obviously, he's going to blow up Dent's hospital.
Yeah, obviously. That's probably... But how would they know that he would have known? You know? There's no way...
How does he know?
Exactly. How does he... That's the big plot point. How does Joker always know everything? You know?
I mean, he's got guys on the inside, but...
Of everywhere, though. I guess we don't know how long he's been networking for.
Yeah, Joker has a big social media profile.
Yeah, I guess. So... He goes... He disguises himself as a nurse. Worst disguise ever. It's literally... He just put a wig on.
Yeah, and a little mask on. But he still has his clown makeup on.
Yeah. And he walks in to Joker to Two-Face's room, and it's very, very obvious for watching this that this is clearly an abandoned hospital that they're filming this in.
Yeah,
like it feels empty. Like
they're also evacuated.
I know it's being evacuated, but it feels like abandoned.
Yeah.
But it works. Like you don't catch it on that first watch. So they. I just love this film. He takes off the paper mask, like the medical mask everyone's wearing right now because of the bad times. And Dent's waking up and he looks at him and goes, oh, he's like,
and Joker's like, hi.
It's like, really, like the mask was what was hiding me from you, really.
It's almost like for a minute, it's just like, the fuck, dude.
But it's like, I'm like, you know what? He just woke up.
That, and also, it's implied that Two-Face is blind in his burn side.
Yeah, so maybe it took him a minute to go, oh shit, it's the Joker.
And Joker's like, hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
I just love the way he says that. He's like, hey, look, man, no hard feelings, right?
It's like, hi. Kind of like a girl, you know?
Yeah.
Hi,
like, hey, man. And he basically says, like, look, none of this was personal.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get this clear.
So he's like, listen, like...
I have no real beef with you. I voted for you.
It's like, listen, it's all about the plan. You were just a part of the plan, man. I'm sorry. It's like, listen, truck full of soldiers blows up, no one bats an eye.
If a gangbanger gets shot, nobody cares.
Yeah, like, you know, like you kill one little mayor and everyone loses their mind. Oh, you know. Listen, you were just a part of the plan to cause a little bit of, you know, chaos. So he gives Dent a gun. He goes, you can blow my brains out if you want.
You live, you die. Yeah, he holds up his coin.
His coin. And of course, Joker gets lucky, so he's like, all right, you win. I'll kill you some other time.
Dope.
Fucks off. Then he goes on a murder spree.
Well, then we have Joker is leaving and he blows up the hospital.
Yeah. And he's walking out as the explosion happens. Then he stops and he's trying to hit it. He's like, come on, blow up more.
Oh, come on.
And it explodes. It goes, oh shit, whoops.
So that was because the original scene was like, he was supposed to be laughing as it blows up more, but what happened was it stopped blowing up. So Heath turned around in character and was just like, the fuck? Come on, man. Every fucking Tuesday this shit happens to me.
It's like, come on, you piece of shit. I wired you myself. And then of course, it blows up.
I wired you myself.
And
I swear I did it. So he's like, I'm getting fucking to the school bus. I'm dipping.
Because he could not leave character because it's like, we have one chance at this.
And he's just like...
They are actually blowing up a hospital right now.
Yes, they actually blew up a building. So what also happens is that Joker kidnaps Mike Engel, who is the newscaster that Coleman Reese was talking to.
Which I don't understand what that was about.
That was so that way Joker could just get another videotape across.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
So he kills that guy, right?
No, he never killed him.
No,
he just let him go.
Oh no! Oh, he made him just read off like.
Yeah, he's literally too busy right now to kill him.
Yeah.
I think I don't know.
So I don't know. It gets fuzzy around this point. So Joker's like, okay, fine. I'm gonna really set up the message here. While Harvey's killing
cops that set him up.
Okay, so he's killing dirty cops. What he was doing.
he goes after Montoya first, and he flips the coin. And she's like, "Look, I'm sorry. I only did it because he threatened me, threatened my mom. Like, I don't give a fuck."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, it's your lucky day." And he knocks her out. He goes to the next cop, who was the older cop that we see a couple times throughout the movie.
Yeah.
I think his name was Warts or something.
Yeah.
And he's in a bar, and Two-Face drinks it. He's like, "I thought you were dead." Half. I was like, that's great.
Yeah.
I love that. This is as good as Two-Face as I have ever seen so far in film. And flips the coin, shoots him.
Yep. Flips the coin for the guy in the car.
Maroni. And Maroni's like, look, none of this was personal.
Yeah.
That's the thing with them, is that everyone keeps telling him none of it was personal. He's like...
it felt personal to me. I'm missing half my face and my wife's dead.
You know what, man? It felt fucking personal to me. And he's like, you're a lucky man.
But your driver ain't. Blam.
But he's not. Who? Your driver. But he buckles up.
Yeah. Safety first.
Safety. Two-Face is like, wait. Safety first. Click.
Yeah. So he goes on a rampage and somehow lives through all of it.
Yeah, car flips
I was
over.
never really sure why he went and killed those people, but I didn't really care.
They were involved with... he thinks in his head that
corruption.
They had something to do with what happened to him. And some of them, yes. Maroni was just like, he just wanted to kill Maroni.
Yeah, okay.
Because the good side of Dent is gone. Only Two-Face is there.
Yeah, it's...
They don't really explain his duality very well. Like, when he kidnaps Polka Dot Man, we see it. But, like, if we saw it throughout the movie that maybe he has anger problems or he's seen a therapist or something. Batman the Animated Series does a great episode of this.
The character of Dent is really explored well.
No, so what happens normally with Two-Face is that... So what normally happens with him is that he gets so stressed out from fucking all these... messing up all these guys' lives. Because these are powerful people that he's dealing with.
That the big bag of horror comes out.
Right, which is something he hid for years.
Yeah.
But he never dealt with it. We lose all this characterization in the movie.
Because we don't have time. It'd be a 10-hour movie.
And it's a shame because of what happens to Two-Face later, which we'll get to.
Yeah. So, Joker decides that he's going to blow up some boats.
Well, he's going to blow up the city first.
He wants to do a social experiment. It's just a social experiment, Batman, not a prank.
It's just a prank, Batman.
It's just a social experiment. I'm not actually race baiting for YouTube views. It's just a social experiment.
Batman's like, okay, I wasn't saying that you were.
So he's got 2 ships, one full of prisoners
and one full of civilians.
Don't know why there's a prisoner ship. Forget why that is.
Because they're evacuating the prisons. They're evacuating everybody.
Oh right.
Because Joker was going to blow up the bridges and tunnels.
Right.
He's like, I won't stop until Gotham is mine.
He wanted
if you try to leave, I have a surprise for you.
He wanted to blow up the whole cities and flood the city, and everyone's always trying to blow up shit and flood the cities in these movies.
No, he never said he was going to flood the city. He simply said, if you try to escape, I'll blow up the tunnel and I'll blow up the bridges.
Yeah. So there's 2 ferries, and they have bombs on each other, but
they have detonators.
They have detonators for the other one. You blow up one, you live. But they could blow you up.
You try anything, like throw away a detonator, I'll know, and I'll blow you both up.
No, he's like, if you fail to blow one up before midnight, you both blow up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. So, he's like, listen, people are just as shitty as me. I'm not evil. I'm a regular person. And then Batman's like, no, you're a piece of shit.
Batman figures out that he has So Batman develops sonar.
Yeah, he's got the bat vision.
Yeah, which is kind of cool, but it looks kind of silly.
By using all those cell phone towers and everything that he
Which
made.
is basically like Big Brother watching.
Yeah,
and Lucius is like,
so
no, this ain't what I
basically
signed up for.
the military cell phone contract that has been talked about in the last 2 films.
Yeah.
Was real. And he's using the sonar ability.
Wasn't like the Bush administration doing that?
Yes, with the NSA and all that, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's real, sort of. Basically, he's using everyone's phones to ping, and so he can see through every building.
Right.
And he finds
Joker
and his guys in a hospital.
No, it wasn't a hospital. It was an abandoned building.
It was an abandoned building. And the snipers are like, well, we're going to kill him and stop these people. He's like, no, let me do it.
Because Batman knows that the doctors are the clowns, or the clowns are the hostages, and the doctors are the clowns.
Yeah. Like, he's like, no. Like, the real victims are the people that look like the bad guys. They have, like, guns tucked deep to, like, their wrists and stuff.
Yeah, but Gordon is like, we have clear shots. Let me fucking do it. I had to save Den.
He's like, no, I got this. Let me redeem myself. I feel bad.
No.
So Batman goes in to beat the crap out of all these dudes in like a great scene. He's going floor to floor. He's stopping SWAT members from doing stuff by like throwing them out windows on ropes. And
like it's an amazing set piece. Yeah, and everyone's stunt work is phenomenal.
Yeah, like he's like fighting dudes and like kicking Uzis out of their hands.
Yeah,
like he's flying through this with speed.
Imagine like the Fear takedown, but just constantly that.
Yeah, like true anime ass like movement here, and it's great. It's like it's how we've always needed Batman to be. Like, because Batman's a quick moves through you type dude, you know?
And we get that in future Batman as well.
And he's going through, he saves all these people. Meanwhile, back on the boats, complete male Karen is like, I'll blow these fuckers up. They're criminals. They've had their chance. And then this, on the other side, the prisoners,
who I thought was Michael Clark Duncan for like a year.
Michael Clark Duncan impersonator guy. He's like, listen, let me do what you should have done 12 minutes ago. It's cool. You can tell him I rushed you. It's all right.
It's all good, man. I'm serving life for like 6 counts of murder.
Like, I'm serving life anyways. What's it matter?
And he just throws it out the window.
And he throws it out the window, and then the male Karen is like,
I don't have the balls.
I'm not killing those people. We die like the good people we are. We're not murderers. Blood won't be on our hands.
Yeah.
And they've all decided,
fuck you.
I'm not
playing to the Joker's game.
It's one thing to kill one guy. It's another thing to kill like 10 people for like a gang activity.
Yeah.
It's something completely and totally different from killing hundreds. You know?
Right. Because these are big ferries. These aren't just like small little...
Like, it's one thing, it's like you have to kill that guy in front of you. Maybe they'll do it. But asking someone to kill and commit a huge act of terrorism, that's on a different level.
Yeah, no. That would break somebody.
It's midnight and Joker's getting his ass kicked. He's like, "What? Why no boom? Why no earth-shattering kaboom?" Batman's like, "Yeah, you lost. You suck. Fuck you."
So he had Batman pinned, and he's like, "You think everyone's as ugly as you? You're alone." And Joker's like, "Motherfucker, fine. You gotta do everything yourself, don't we?" "Oh, that's okay. I came prepared." He's like trying to fiddle with it, and he asks Batman, "You want to know how I got these scars?" "No, but I know how you got these." And he fucking shoots his wrist blades at Joker's shoulder. Or something. He's like, "Ow!
Yeah.
What the fuck?" Ah!
So he gets him. He cables him up, and he's hanging upside down.
Joker was laughing as he thought he was gonna die.
He's like, "Oh, cool! I'm gonna get dropped to the ground."
Like 89.
Yeah, and then
Nope.
Oh,
you just couldn't let me go, could you?
No. It's like, come on, man. I was finally about to come. Like, no. You die of old age in a cell, asshole. Fuck you. My whole goal this week's to try to make Brian laugh himself to death.
And Joker's like, "You know what, dude? Fuck you.
Yeah.
You think this is over? Oh, you and I are destined to do this forever. You're gonna be in a vat of Jello forever.
Yeah.
I mean, a padded cell forever." Because it sounds like he's saying vat of Jello.
Yeah.
Bale's bat voice does not sound good.
Yeah. No. It was at the end of the shoot. So he's like, "Oh God, fuck my voice."
Oh, you know what, dude? Fuck you.
So
I don't care. You broke your elbow.
We beat the Joker, and then it's like, "Oh, cool, we're done, right?" Nope, right. Harvey's still out there.
Shit.
Harvey somehow gets Gordon's family.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
And he's on top. I thought he was at like a beach, but he's on top of a building.
He's at the building that Rachel died at. Which, how the fuck did he pull this off?
I don't know. Like,
it's one thing for the Joker because he's got connections. Harvey's just a burn dude right now.
It seems like they weren't 100% done making the movie.
And Ledger
died.
So Ledger died when he was done filming his scenes.
Yeah. Well, that's
or if filming was wrapped up afterwards.
I don't know. It feels like they were gonna do more, and they're like, what? Well,
I feel like they had Harvey, and then they burned him too early. I feel like Harvey was gonna be in this movie, and then in the next movie he was gonna be Two-Face. That's how it should have been.
Yeah. Well, it seems like a lot of stuff happened weirdly. I'm thinking like when they were making this 2008, the Iron Man was in production, and they got a little jumpy.
Iron Man was not expected to do well.
Yeah, no.
Iron Man was not at all expected to do well because it's a character that nobody gave a fuck about. He's an alcoholic superhero.
Yeah, but an alcoholic superhero, no one, only like you and me would have remembered.
I'd be like, "Yo, man, Iron Man's in a movie? Fuck yeah!"
And,
even when I didn't see Iron Man in theaters, I was just like, "Oh, Iron Man? Who cares about Iron Man?"
Most people didn't know it, and it was So he's got his family, and he's like, "Okay, which one? Which one do you love more?" "Oh, the kid, the boy, Joffrey."
It's not Joffrey.
It's little Joffrey.
It's not the same kid.
No.
Well, Joffrey was in Batman Begins.
It's funnier if I think it's a little Joffrey.
Fine, let's go for it.
Let me get the little blonde boy.
Look, no one's gonna miss him.
I'll blow this kid's head off. And so Batman going, "All right,
you were the best of us.
You were the best of us. Why are you such a dick? Anyways, I'm gonna tackle you now." Tackles him off the building. Now, in the 4 times I first watched this, it seemed like they were on top of a pier.
No.
Like
where the fuck did you get that from?
It seemed like they were by an ocean. I remember like hearing waves and seagulls or whatever. I don't know. And then it was like, yeah, he tackled him off like a 4-foot pier, and like he's dead. What the hell?
It's a shame that we don't have a camera because the look on my face right now is you tell me this whole beach scenario.
So no, apparently they're on top of a large building.
Not that large of a building.
Top of a building. He tackles him off the building.
And he just died.
Yeah, Harvey just like dies from like impact. I guess it gets smacked his head and died. I don't know.
Well,
I mean, he's missing half his face, so I mean, like,
I guess.
Like
we also missed that like Two-Face is like, Aaron was trying his best to like act his ass off. He's like, it's not about what I want, it's about what's fair. And then he was like, he shoots Batman, and he goes, "My turn."
Yeah.
And Corey lands on heads. He's like, "Dope. I get to live. All right, how about your kid, Gordon? How about him? Fuck you." And no, he aims the gun at Gordon, and Batman fucking tackled him. And instead of using a smoke bomb or a batarang or something to disorient him, you fucking tackle him like you're in the goddamn NFL.
Yeah, well, I know.
I'm a Pittsburgh Steeler.
Yeah, so Harvey's dead, and they're like, "Well, shit." He's like, okay, he was never Two-Face. I killed him.
And I killed all those people he killed.
Yeah. Yep.
What kind of plan? No, just go for it.
Could have just said the Joker did it. It's fine. But okay.
Why didn't they just say that the Joker did it?
I don't know. So Batman's now
a wanted man.
A wanted man for murder. They destroyed the bat signal. He's like, he's not the hero we deserve, but he's the hero we need right now. We need right now. He's like, but Dad, I don't understand. Why do we have to make him the villain? He's like, because Nolan didn't know how to fucking end this right. So now Batman's a wanted man, and he's just gonna fuck off into the sequel. He's no longer working with the police, so he's gonna be more rogue.
About that.
Turns out Batman kind of just quietly retires.
We'll get to that in the next one.
So that was the plot
of The Dark Knight.
And I guess we should explain the comment about your dick hurting.
Oh yeah. So we were watching the movie the other day, just kind of refresh ourselves, and we were talking about we were watching a scene where like Dent is on the thing or whatever. He's asked like, "How are you?" And you said my dick hurts.
Yeah.
And we just started laughing hysterically
because like he's getting like rescued from
the van.
And
he's going to get moved into another car, and that's how he got kidnapped.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, what do you feel like right now?" And I'm like, "What's
my dick hurts."
I'm like, "That's a stupid thing. Like, what is he gonna say? Like, oh, I'm feeling great." I'm like, "No, my dick hurts." I don't know, no explanation.
And we just laughed.
We lost
for like 5 minutes, and I cried, and it was great.
Yeah.
Movie was a phenomenal success. I remember.
This was the best one of the three. Did huge numbers, blockbuster.
It was considered like the top movie until I think like Avatar.
It was probably one of the biggest movies of 2008
of all time. Not so much anymore.
No, but that's because this was one of the first movies that we sold to China.
That would make sense.
When we started getting more into the Asian markets.
That and also too, this was the first time that like Batman Begins was like, yeah, okay, we can take Batman seriously, but what about the next one? Oh, we can take the Joker seriously.
Yeah.
The Joker, which Heath Ledger won a posthumous Oscar for, which is deserved, but I wonder, would he have won it if he lived?
Yes. That was probably the best performance of that year, hands down.
And probably any superhero movie. I mean, we've gotten, amazing performances since, too.
But he set the tone. So, like, that's what I want to talk about. Like, this movie set the tone. It set the bar for how
you can do this.
How you can do this. The characters are characters now. They're not just get A-lister in a suit.
Like Jack Nicholson or...
like, we're not going to get... like, you won't have the idea... Like, Christian Bale seemed like a stunt cast at first. And then he's like, no, I'm an actor. I'm going to act.
I'm going to act my ass off. And he does do a good job. Problem is he gets overshadowed by Ledger. Everyone gets overshadowed by him.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. But they play superbly well.
Mm-hmm.
I think his acting will really shine in the next one.
Yeah.
It really, because
that is a highlight of the next one.
You really get to see like the full character. It's not as well written.
No,
because it has. We'll talk about that, but like
the worst choice for a villain.
No,
not franchise, but in like what they want to do.
No, no. We'll talk about that.
You and I are gonna have some words.
So, Marvel was making a movie, and they were kind of worried, but they weren't super worried. They're like, we're clearly gonna do better. But again, Marvel's gonna compete with us now, so I don't know. And then Ledger died, so that really drove buzz for this.
Right. When he died, it became bigger. He died, I think, the same year this was slated to come out. He died in January of 2008.
Yeah.
So it was slated to come out in July. So like during those 6 months or 7 months or whatever, this movie was just nothing but talked about constantly. Yeah. Trailers are everywhere. There was more TV spots than
they
ever.
kept saying that they were going to have the Riddler come in, and it was going to be Jim Carrey as playing a serious role because
that was a big rumor I heard online. Was that it was going to be it wasn't going to be Jim Carrey. It was going to be Robin Williams.
No, I kept hearing Jim Carrey.
I heard Robin.
The reason why that I think was because there was that rumor of the number 23.
Yeah, which came out like a year prior.
Yeah, and that was like they thought that was like people saw stills of that and they thought that was him being the Riddler. And it was a completely different movie.
Well, it goes hand in hand, him and the Riddler for like the longest time.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore. I think.
No.
We've kind of grown out of that.
We most people think more of like the Arkham.
Yeah, the Arkham Riddler, or now hopefully Paul Dano.
Yeah, Paul Dano's
terrifying.
But I still didn't feel like that was the Riddler. That felt more like the Zodiac Killer.
I could see that as like an interpretation of the Riddler, but we'll talk about that eventually.
Probably Monday.
Hopefully. Yeah. Today is what? Saturday or no? Friday.
Friday, yeah.
So
with 08 happening, we've developed now that character is very important. So now, like, that'll influence other movies, like
The Winter Soldier,
like Captain America will come out
2011.
Yeah, 2011. Right before the final, rises. Right. And this will solidify that, okay, we get people who fit the roles for superheroes now. We write the characters as the characters are in the comics, or interpretize them to a matching point.
Where you can look at them and go, okay, I can read a comic book and the person is like this.
So now all these characters are grounded in somewhat of a reality.
Which we're moving away from, again. Which we have to for certain characters like Doctor Strange and Thor.
No, because even Thor and Strange, they act like Doctor Strange acts like a person.
Right, I mean like in terms of like...
Thor acts like a human being.
Right, I mean, not in terms of that. I mean, like, in terms of the fact that they're literally a god and a sorcerer.
Yeah, but, like, they're still grounded in...
I get what you mean.
Like, let's go back to Batman and Robin.
Yeah, that was...
With Two-Face and the Riddler.
That was Batman
No
Forever.
human on Earth acts like those characters.
You mean Batman Forever?
Yeah, Forever. Let's say Batman Forever. Nobody acts like those people.
No.
Dr. Freeze. Nobody acts like that. Nobody.
Mr. Freeze, asshole.
Yeah. Like
no one even asked like Jack Nicholson's Joker.
Yeah, no, like these aren't real people. Like we're getting away from like it's a cartoon, so we have to act like a cartoon character.
Right.
No. Now it's like these are a character. Let's have them act like
I'm so sorry.
A character. You know? So we've really set the tone, and like now we're like, okay, so like now the bad guy doesn't have to be safe. No. It can be a gun-wielding, knife-wielding maniac.
Who kills people.
Who viciously and violently murders people. These are not children's. Like, these are for adults.
Right.
And then Marvel comes out and goes, it's for young adults. How about that?
Fine.
Marketable young adults. 13 and up. How about that? If you want to bring your kid, you can, but it's going to be a little inappropriate for them. They go, okay, well, that's you, Marvel. That's you. DC, we're still going to be a little bit darker.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And they stay with that for pretty much ever. Movie did, I don't know how much at the box office, but I know it was number one for like the longest time. Do you have that list? It's okay if you don't.
Here, let's click. Load.
I remember that poster was fucking
budget was $185 million, box office $1 billion.
Wow.
Yeah. This is
the first $1 billion superhero movie.
Yes. It was probably it probably grossed even higher than its sequel.
It definitely
did $158 million domestic.
But worldwide, it was $1 billion.
Billion worldwide, because again, this was one of the first ones that were open up to the now bustling UK and Hong Kong environment. You know, like China did not have a very strong market for films,
especially superhero films.
For a long time, Western films. and this is the era where like now we're starting to give like international, like everyone's economies are growing.
Right.
Everyone wants to see American films. Everyone wants to see superheroes. So everywhere is giving us their money. So you make $1 billion. Unfortunately, this was a giant financial flop, according to the accountants.
That's stupid. That's just
stupid. Made $1 billion. Sorry, we lost money on this.
What?
It's like, what?
What do you have any final thoughts about the movie? Or, I think we've covered a lot of bases.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like this really put in a lifetime's worth of work. Lets you know that you can stay on one villain, maybe two. You can make.
There's really only like one villain until the third act.
Like, character development is important, and character growth, and reoccurring characters. Like, we'll see that in Marvel, like where Iron Man shows up, Captain America will show up. All these characters.
Spider-Man shows up.
Like, they all show up and they interact with each other, and it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
They'll do their own thing in their own movie, but they'll go, hey, remember that time I hung up with him? And now because of that, I got this robot arm for this movie? It's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I could see how The Dark Knight led to that.
Yeah, it's just a growth. It's saying, okay, like this isn't...
So you're saying it changed the way that we make comic book movies.
Yeah, it made it more like this is perfectly fine for adults to be at.
Yeah, we're taking... Like, Batman Begins was like, okay, that was good.
Like,
yeah, but this is like, no, we're taking this seriously.
Like, yeah, like, Batman can be a dark character. It doesn't have to be too dark.
Like Batman Returns where you're like, Penguin wanting to eat babies.
Yeah, like, this is like saying, hey, we can ride the middle, we can go darker, we can go lighter. It's fine.
We can still market this to children.
Yeah, with, like, The Batman, that's as dark as you can get without getting it too dark.
Yeah, like, that was
they
surreal.
did that, because I was expecting it to be, like, edgelord Batman, and it's not.
No.
Like, I was really thinking it was going to be, like, Miller Batman, and it
wasn't. God, no.
We kind of get that with Ben Affleck a little bit.
Well, that's what that Batman was. But it was like about him.
It's an appropriate Ben Affleck, like Edge
for the most part.
It's like a perfectly dolled out one that's good.
Yeah, it's like, all right, you cut out a lot of the stuff that Frank was doing, but you still keep in like his core.
You cut out the anger and the cocaine, and it's fine.
And the alcohol. Any more thoughts, like character design, anything like that?
Yeah. Apparently, for the role of the Joker, we had a lot of people. Paul Bettany, which would have been okay.
I could see that.
Lachie Holme?
I don't know who that is.
No idea. Adrian Brody,
Ooh.
Steve Carell, and Robin Williams all showed interest in the part.
I cannot picture Steve Carell as the Joker.
I could not picture Robin Williams.
Robin's too sweet.
He doesn't give off that type of psychopathy.
I could have seen him more as the Riddler than I could have the Joker.
Yeah, he has that type of thing where he's like, yeah, I'm not a formidable fighter, but like I'll play mind games with you all day.
I'll fuck with your shit.
Yeah. So that's a fun trivia. Josh Lucas, Liev Schreiber, Ryan Phillips expressed interest
in
playing Dent.
None of those guys I could see.
Mark Ruffalo auditioned
for Dent.
Yeah.
Ooh, I could have seen that.
Matt Damon stated he was considered for the role, but could not accept due to scheduling conflicts.
Oh, that would have been good though.
I think Eckhart was fine because Eckhart was kind of an unknown.
Yeah, I think Eckhart was the right call.
You do, like, for a role like that, you don't want a somebody.
A Tommy Lee Jones.
Like, you don't want a somebody. You want someone that can escape into the role. Like, I think that's why Ledger was a good pick because like people usually know him for his face. Now you change his face, and all you get is the personality.
So, fun fact about Ledger and the Joker.
Yeah.
The Joker was not originally going to have makeup at all. He was going to have just a scarred face and green hair. Ledger was like, well, let's keep some of the comic intact. Like, let's not, like... He went to Nolan, they sat down, and we're like, all right, I don't want him to have bleached skin. I understand. But, like, he still has to look like the Joker. So, Ledger went to a drugstore and bought clown makeup and green hair dye. He made up like a rough version of like the makeup, and Nolan was like, "That's bloody brilliant. Let's do it."
Oh, great! So apparently, the movie that Katie Holmes had to stop was for Mad Money with Diane Keaton and Queen Latifah.
It wasn't Money Plane.
Let's look at Money Plane came out like last year. It was made because they were bored and they were in quarantine. Came out in January. 104-minute runtime. 22 million budget. 26 million profit. So not great.
Yeah, great choice there. There's all kinds of rumors that Tom Cruise talked her into it. She was married to him at the time. I don't know. It's whatever. But I'd say that was it. The Dark Knight. Any more thoughts like on the bat suit or anything like that? Or?
Yeah, the bat suit looks fine. It's very modern, sleek design.
Yeah. The way Batman's designed from here on out, I actually have no problems with. Because we're now finally taking him and looking at him like, okay, what would he look like relatively realistically?
Yeah, armored suit,
black,
bullet resistant, dark colors so he can blend into the shadows. Yeah, it's fine. It all works. It's perfect. This is ideally what I would imagine a bat suit to be 90% of the time.
Yeah. Tumblr blown up. I'm not going to miss it.
Yeah, but he gets a new one.
Nope. He stays with the bat pod.
No, in the sequel.
No, he doesn't.
He uses the bat pod, but he's got like 12 other.
No, that's. We'll talk about that in the sequel.
Yeah.
But and that was it. The Dark Knight. Do you have any personal memories of the movie?
Oh, I guess I do want to mention one thing. Since it's the sequel and he's in the Batcave, that's downtown, and he's living out of Wayne Enterprises right now as he's building the mansion again.
Yes. Mr. Ra's al Ghul burned it down.
So I don't like the temporary Batcave because I know it's the light box garage.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It wasn't like music videos and shit.
Yeah,
right?
like it looks cool, but like it looked cool back then, but now it's like
it kind of takes you out of the movie.
I've literally it looked great then, but since then it's like, oh, I've seen like a million I've seen music videos, YouTubers, fucking TikTokers rent it out because it's $300 an hour.
We could rent it out.
Yeah, we could rent it out and film something in there.
Our show.
Yeah,
wherever we figure out it's at.
It's like downtown California.
Nah, I ain't going to California.
In LA, yeah. So
I think we'll have more personal stuff to talk about with the next one because of where they filmed it and my personal story with the next one.
Yeah.
But I thought the villains were perfect. Joker, Two-Face, Scarecrow.
Perfect casting, directing, acting. The lighting and color direction in this one
a little bit better.
Absolutely great. Like it was such rich. Like Nolan just loves blue.
Yeah, there's a lot of blue.
Like nighttime blue specifically. He loves it. And it's great. Really made all the colors and everything stand out. And to this day, I don't think we've seen someone perform a Joker better out until like Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
And like I will even say Jared Leto was attempting to do something that was really interesting, and I'd purely fault like bad direction on that.
And I feel like too, we should have gotten a movie with Batman and in that Joker.
Yeah, like I would want to see like what that actual Joker's like, because like there's just so much wrong with like how like we robbed Jared Leto of like an actual performance.
Yeah, apparently there was a lot more in that movie that was cut.
Yeah.
If we ever talk about Suicide Squad, we'll go into that.
Yeah, which we will eventually.
Yeah. Not the Suicide Squad, which is the better movie.
We'll probably talk about both at some point.
Oh, yeah, no. And Peacemaker and all that.
All right. Till next time.
Same bat time, same Heavy Crow channel.
Yippers. See you guys later.